Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Podcast with Johnny Binder Jr. right now. Biggest gangster in the state of Texas, no question. Trying to stop our brothers and sisters from living reckless. Going live, trying to improve the community. So connect with us, we bring unity. Freedom fighting, on the grind for the people. Power of God, helping us defeat evil.
Don't tell me about the power of God. Man, the power of God, man. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
On the air, trying to give our people guidance. Gloves up, guns down, we trying to stop the violence. Minister Jeremiah got the nation behind us. Every Saturday at 3 p.m., that's where you find us.
And then, you know, and we can't just depend on, like, okay, or try to down our people by them not, you know, oh, they don't have this, they don't have that. Well, why didn't you put them on game?
Attorney Bruce Mix Foxy and Dr. Candace bring the cameras. We got receipts and hammers.
Praise your holy mighty name, our Father who art in.
Amen. We the voice of the people, so please listen. Creating accountability for these politicians. Still support the victims while trying to fix the prisons. It's gloves up, it's guns down. Please support the mission. Coming live from Mo City and we here to win. You trying to help get down with the movement then.
We need mental health. We need money. We need diamonds and gold. You owe us, America.
You know what's up. This one produced by Chuck. Just trying to use the platform to lift the people up. Reduce the death rate of people the same color as us. So put the guns down and pick the gloves up. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Podcast with Johnny Binder Jr. right now.
Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. What it do? Hold on, let's see here. Mic check for me, OG.
Testing.
All good. All right, we good.
It's good in there too.
Yes, sir. We good in there.
To call somebody, send me so I can send it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we here. It's a whole lot going on, y'all. 30,000 children been killed over there in Gaza. I'm hot about that. And they talking about stop shooting from 6, 7 in the morning to 8 that evening and then go to shooting again. Come on, man. Boy, this is sad, man, that the UN and America, you ought to be ashamed of yourself participating in this buffoonery and foolishness. I know y'all don't believe in God, boy, but God gonna, all that fire in Mexico, fire in California, these floods. Yeah, God gonna, Matthew 24:27, just the worst is yet to come. America, you got it coming. You just disrespectful. You know, you supporting that buffoonery study. You telling Israel to stop it. Stop. Make peace. Stop the shooting and killing. That ain't gonna solve nothing. Almost 30,000 children dead. And Jesus says, suffer little children, forbid them not. Let them come unto me. And if you hurt one of them, you're supposed to put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. And ain't nobody saying nothing. Everybody's just scared to death. Bunch of house Negro, just scared. Agent provocateurs, unwilling agent. I'm scared of massa. I ain't gonna say a word because if you say something, massa might retaliate on me. You don't believe in God. God said in Jeremiah 15:15-34, God said, if you be my spokesperson, even though you be long-suffering, he said, I'll fight your battle. He said, if you my spokesperson, Chuck, God told me he'll fight the battle. Either God for real or he ain't. I'm saying it. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Yeah, come on, man. 1 million black women in the last 10 years been kidnapped. It ain't on MSNBC, CNN, ABC, Fox News, nowhere. But if 10,000 dogs come up missing, they have a heart attack. Today, Chuck, 100,000 dogs, insurance was dropped. It's all over the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw that.
We ain't got no insurance on our dog. Damn, you ain't got no insurance on your children. Yeah, man. It's crazy as hell, man.
It's crazy. So y'all tuned in to Gloves Up, Guns Down. Y'all know what this is. This is our weekly show where we try to tackle gun violence. We try to tackle freedom fighting. We try to bring something inspirational. More importantly, we trying to help the culture deal with gun violence and criminal activity. And so I'm Chuck. Y'all know what this is. We live from Mo Serious Studios. That's Minister David Jeremiah, aka Johnny Binder Jr. That's my OG, and I said that, and we're gonna stand on that. We got some guests in the building. He brought the reader with. I call it a reader because she got the most amazing voice. And when y'all catch us live at Mountain Fellowship every third Sunday in H-Town, you get to hear her beautiful voice read. Got Miss Cat in the building, and we got another guest in the building, man, Mr. Baruti, right? I said that right?
You got it, brother.
Got Mr. Baruti in the building, and he OG friend, and so he came to tap in with us today. And so y'all know what this is gloves up, it's guns down, man. Y'all hit the line right now. We live 281-969-8190, 281-969-8190. Hit the line. Let's chop it up about what's going on in our community. So dig this as well. Before I kind of get into the stories for today, go check out Fight the Power, right? Go check out the latest episode of Fight the Power featuring Minister David Jeremiah. It's called We Need Vocational Schools, right? It's called We Need Vocational Schools, and it's about a good 15-20 minutes of him explaining why we need vocational schools, how they can help us, and the tools we need to get it done. So that's available right now on Mo Serious channel. Go check it out. With that said, OG,
yes, sir.
How you feeling this week, man?
Man, I'm ready, man. I mean, I don't like what I see. This little 12-year-old girl got me, beautiful little girl.
Mm-hmm.
It got me upset, man. LaWanda, she sent me all the stuff on it. I went on there last night. I held back till now. But today I'm going to get it off, man. Because
so I had that story pulled up, but then I had so many others because we had brought it up last time. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't know who it was. And so then this week, they showed the two guys, they showed pictures of them. And then today, literally a few hours ago, they apprehended them. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to still go pull that story
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced who it is. I'm not convinced. Whoever it is somebody trying to cover something. Somebody done touched that baby.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to kill her.
Because
that DNA is in her. When I want them to hurry up and do a search on that baby.
Yeah, autopsy. They need to do all that
with the quickness and see if some stuff in her, man.
Mm-hmm.
See if it's. I don't want to call who I think it is, but it's something going on, man. It just ain't. Why kill her? She snuck out the house supposedly. Supposed to have a 13-year-old boyfriend. She 12. I don't know, but why somebody strangle her? What reason? Then they try to say the boys was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't adding up to me. I'm not going for that. I'm not convinced.
Let me see what you think about this one, man. So this was 3 days ago. 13-year-old killed and a 16-year-old brother hurt. This is Southwest Houston. All right.
Put it on. I want to see that. I think I missed that one. Lord have mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all need to call in.
Breaking overnight, a 13-year-old is dead and his 16-year-old brother is in the hospital after they were shot just feet from their home.
Right now, police are still looking for the suspects in the case. It happened off of Lakes at 610 Drive near West Belford just before 9 last night. And we have ABC 13's Rosie Wynn on the story. Rosie, do we know what the motive is behind the shooting?
Not at this time, Brandon and Jacob. Investigators don't know if this was a random act, but they say they did interview someone who implied that this may be targeted. Here is some video that we shot from the scene last night. Houston police say two teen brothers, ages 13 and 16, were walking across the parking lot around 8:40 p.m. when a car pulled up to them. One person jumped out and allegedly started shooting at the teens, killing the 13-year-old and sending the 16-year-old to the hospital, where we're told he will survive. We asked police if this might have been gang-related.
There's no indications at this time, or no evidence supporting that it's gang-related, but again, it's still too early in the investigation to know, and we have not identified or tracked down the suspects, which would also be another indicator whether it is or isn't.
They say the parents of the 2 teen boys lived here at this apartment complex. They did not witness the incident, but police say they were on scene. Police say the suspects fled in a gray car, possibly a Lexus, and all they have at this time is a vague description of what the suspects were wearing. If you have any information, you are asked to contact HPD or Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in Southwest Houston, Rosie Nguyen, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
OG, 2 teens, right? 13, 16, southwest side of Houston. Dude pull up on them, great Lexus, start shooting, kill the younger brother. The older brother survived. And then, according to the news story, their parents was in the apartment, so they likely lived there, right? Gloves up, guns down.
You can start, man. Let me cool off, man.
So I like to ask you, when you hear the story, right? Because I purposely didn't send them to him. I like to kind of get his natural reaction. It was probably y'all natural reaction as well. All right. So when you first see that, what's the first thought?
The world we live in is crazy, and by the grace of God, it wasn't my son or someone I know. And as a teacher for 30 years, I see it all the time that the kids just get caught up in a world that they really don't understand, and they are looking for some type of something to hold on to, and it may be the wrong thing. And if the parents are not strong enough to navigate that, then they may fall asunder. Even the best parents, their child can fall asunder. And so I'm not just railing against the parent, you know, because I got problems in my family, and I did the best I could. And I know those parents out there are doing the best they could. It's just the system that we live in is so difficult.
Okay, so I'm going somewhere with this, OG. Watch this. I asked you what you first thought of. He said the system and the parents. Ms. Cat, I'm gonna ask you the same question. When you heard that story, right, what was the first thing you thought of?
The first thing I thought of was it's gang related.
Okay, so you thought it was gang related. You felt like the police. This is probably gang related. And I thought so as well. The way they pulled up on them, the way it was kind of the way it sounded. And when you get involved in gangs, it's usually at a young age, right? 13, 16. Like I got involved with gang violence at that age. I think I was probably 13 or 14 when I got introduced to 5 Deuce Hoover Crips, right? And so I understand how you could be that age and get involved with activity. OG, when you first saw the story, what was your first thought? Was it the system and parents? Was it gang violence? Or did you think something different?
I thought something totally different. I think it could be initiation. It could be where they had a problem. But just to shoot that 13-year-old and shoot the 16-year-old randomly in an apartment complex, it goes back to the guns, NRA. It goes back to the governor. It goes back to the 31 states now with guns, okay, from 18 to 21, where they can get a gun, a deadly weapon, at 18, but they can't get alcohol and tobacco till they're 21. So the government, and I'm speaking, everybody's scared, duck, Johnny Bond, Dr. Jeremiah, the government is setting our children up. And everybody's scared to say this, the legislators, the teachers. That's why I'm not with no more of this, man. I don't give a damn about no Republicans or Democrats. I'm saying this is me speaking. I have a right. I'm a grown man. I don't care about Donald Trump or what's his boy name, the president, what's his name? Biden. None of them. All of them ain't about nothing. Look, man, I went to court this morning and for my son, and he got a case. So I went down there. So you had to get out my jacket, get out my shoes, take all my stuff, belt, and put in a thing and send through. So while I was standing there, I say, man, this is wonderful.
Well, make sure don't nobody come in this court with no problems.
Now, if we can do that for a judge, Jesus says, suffer little children, forbid them not. Let them come unto me. If you hurt one of these, you'd rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. So, you know, Chuck, this is why this show gonna go worldwide, man, because we the only one addressing what's going on. Everybody else scared to death, man. Look, man, this is a setup, man. All these damnable guns. If you got these many guns out on the street, you're gonna have casualties. Because when you give a child a gun, 18, 19, 20 years old, they emotional. Okay? They emotional. And they easy to persuade. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the child, he's emotional. You can persuade the child. Now the child is dealing with peer pressure. Ain't no father there. We ain't got about 18 to 20% fathers. The other 80% missing. So the child growing up on his own. Some of the mothers doing the best they can. But when you got babies having babies, it's brother.
Babies having babies with no direction.
No direction.
Right? They got no direction. They got no guidance. They got no focus. They ain't get no prayer. They ain't getting no stability. They ain't getting no structure. They ain't getting no love, right? No care, no discipline. Like all of those things that come from being within the household.
It's a setup.
But do they want help?
They do. They don't know they do.
But the same way they force them.
They don't know they do, but they do. Because I don't run into so many kids who be tough and hard on the outside. But when you just start loving on them, right? When you start looking past the fact that you really just trying to make me feel like you hard. And I know you're not hard. I know that. You know what I'm saying? And so once you start loving on them, then all of a sudden that same kid be texting you out the blue. Right? He trying to link up just because he wants that feeling. He don't know it's love. You know what I'm saying? He don't know it's love, but he wants the feeling. He did. So yeah, they do. They don't know they do. Because like OG said, most of them haven't had the experience of a masculine love. They haven't had that father. They haven't had that discipline. So when they get it, their physical nature literally desires it. You know what I'm saying? They just mentally don't know that they want it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we need mentors out here.
And that go right back to the brotherhood. When they with them gangs, just like they brotherhood. They got somebody. It's like family. Because they're looking for family in all the wrong places. But what let me get the truth out to the people real quick while we look at this. What's wrong, Chuck? The government is not working with us. The same way you get these folks government cheese and checks. Now the baby daddy can't stay at the project. He can't stay there because now you're breaking the family up purposely. So letting him stay there and let him pay $100 a week or something. Well, you're going to stay here, you got to pay $200. You got to pay something. You got to pay something go along with that. He paid and showed the receipts, he paid it. But they said, no, he can't come. You know they're going to let it through the window. So to make a long story short, the same way you do that, why can't you, before they get the check, have a parenting class? Why can't we have an after-school program? Why can't we teach the mother how to be a mother? How you think 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old girl is a mother? She right back at the club twerking. Everything you got on TV is twerking, all these TV. I don't even turn on Instagram no more.
With a daughter.
Look at me in the face. I don't even turn on Instagram no more. I ought to do it now. Every time I turn on Instagram, everybody on Facebook ain't got nothing. Instagram is butt naked. Everybody got their things out, they twerking, they booty, got wide open. You hit a button, go to their sex channel. It's legal now. I'm like, what? Dude, about 200 girls hit my...
And it's worse on Twitter.
Twitter worse than Instagram?
Yes, sir.
And Snapchat.
It's worse on Twitter because on Twitter, you can't find no porn on Instagram.
No.
You can find porn on Twitter.
Twitter and Snapchat.
Porn is available on Twitter with 3 taps. You search the right thing.
It's called X.
Yes.
Exactly. And you got access to everything. And so Instagram still filtering out most of that stuff.
But Instagram, listen to me. I did it. I went to Instagram the other night. I'm looking at this girl and say, hit this button. I hit the button. They were butt naked. One button. It was butt naked.
Well, they have links.
Yeah. So they probably
tell you hit the link
somewhere else. Yeah.
No, but it's on there.
But what I'm saying is still on there, but it's not because you clicked the link and it took you to
why Instagram allowed them to put the link on there?
They don't know what's on the link.
They know what's on the link.
Content.
Because they get paid for it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you.
They get paid for it because that person's link you clicked on probably got 20, 30, 100,000 followers, and they create a whole community of access and content and engagement throughout the platform. Right? Yeah. So if she posts and you seen it, that means probably half of your people who follow you seen it, right? Just because of the network. Yeah. And so she get paid, they get paid.
I'm deleting it. On my Facebook, about 100 girls come on there. So I say, I don't know none of them. I'm like, who is these women? Boom. Hey. One girl told me to get in the mirror and take a picture and send it to her. And it'll turn on. I said, you are sick.
I'm gonna tell you what bothers me about it the most. Because here's what you're missing, and I know what you're trying to get to. I just got experience in marketing and media, right? The parts that get me the most is the algorithm.
Come on.
It's the algorithm that controls the fact that you saw that. It's the algorithm that controls what come up and down my timeline. Even though I follow a bunch of sports shows, I follow a bunch of pastors, I follow a bunch of my partners and friends, I follow a bunch of stuff about the community, I follow a bunch of stuff about food. Like I intentionally am very selective on who I'm following.
Right.
Yet, if you swiping on Instagram, right, you're gonna see a post from somebody you follow, a post from one of your friends, an ad, and then a suggested follow. Right.
And
that suggested follow is always some half-naked chick, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, why y'all suggesting this to me? I haven't searched for this stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't looked for
That's
it.
The part.
That's the part. You know what I'm saying?
And so it goes back to what you were saying when you said it's the thing that controls it. Because people have to be careful. If you are dealing with depression or you're dealing with breakups, you'll get a timeline of just that. And before you know it, you're feeding your mind all that negativity.
Well, and that's because the system be listening, right? The system be listening. OJ, I bet this happened to you. You ever been talking about something in private, then start searching, and then start seeing what you was talking about?
Right up.
Yeah.
Right. So it's what you say, and that's what you need to attack is those people.
Yeah, let you verbally say some stuff that you're going through. All of a sudden, you're going to start seeing posts related to that.
So it's not just your president. It's not just your representatives. It's the people who control these.
Yeah, and that is the key. I mean, the media, and if we can have some kind of influence, a little bit more influence in the media that impacts our children's mind, our family's mind. We're talking about what's happened to our kids. Of course, it's happened to the parents, and the parents just pass it down to the kids. So we have to have some kind of way, a show like yours, a different formats and different ways for our people to be able to get different information that can help them. And because the white power community does not really care. You mentioned about the government doesn't care. The white community, they'll never give up guns. That is their
protection.
That is their last bastion against other communities.
Right.
They'll never give up guns. I don't care how many school shootings there are and so forth. Now, all we could do is go into the political realm and try to make a dent in that and so forth. But as long as they are in the power situation, because they are, let's face it, scared of a bunch of black people being able to come in and attack them or whatever, what they're afraid of. They're afraid of us doing to them what they did to us.
Let me help everybody out. When Barack Obama was the president of the United States of America, if you Google it, I want you to Google it. They bought more guns when he was the president.
Yep.
And more bullets than ever in the history of time.
You know the only other time that went up? COVID.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was more for Barack. Google how many guns they bought during the 8 years of Barack was the president.
Yes.
They bought more. Look, Chuck, when they pull up to
Academy. Walmart.
Academy.
Okay.
No, Academy. When they pull up Academy, the 18-wheel truck pull up, right? All the bullets be bought less for 12, 1 o'clock. All the bullets already gone. They be in a line.
I know.
White folks was in a line buying the bullets. I went to buy some bullets, and I say, man,
they ain't had none.
How you know? He said, we ain't got no more bullets.
We got of 9mm. We out of this kind.
The truck was just here this morning. He said they already pre-bought them. When Barack, how many?
It says in 2023.
Come on.
2023 was the highest.
What? Then Barack?
Last year. I'm trying to tell you.
Come on, what did it say?
Said last year, it said in the end, 2023 was the 4th highest year. On record for freedom sales since the FBI NIS system was the first implementation, trailing behind only 2020.
So 2020 and then 2023 and 2023 is leading.
Right.
Right. So 22. So what you said right then was probably third or fourth.
Right.
But I knew 2020. That's COVID, right? 2023 was last year when Agent Orange got indicted, right? I think that was the trigger for all of them.
When you put in Barack Obama,
I mean, of course, if I put that in, but
No,
if
I
I
want you-
do it on the U.S. scale,
I want you to put in there
on the
please.
USA scale,
This is very important to me.
it's
Put in there
expensive.
while President Barack Obama was president. How far did the gun sale and bullets go up?
Hey, while you pull that up, I'm gonna get into another video.
Please
This
do.
is the one I was telling you about, right? About the water park situation. This one
Please,
here,
let me see.
is crazy. This one is crazy. We got some sick people.
We're going all over the nation, man. We
got
the
some
only
sick
show
people
that have a
in this world,
solve
man.
this.
Also, investigators are worried there could be more victims after police say a man sexually assaulted 2 women in Splashtown in Spring. ABC 13's Alex Bozarjian explains one of the victims' children witnessed it.
According to court documents, 46-year-old Sergio Marroquin is a self-employed cabinet maker with no prior convictions. The allegations he's facing currently, not just sexual in nature, but happened at a public place where families expect to be safe.
The defendant has no control.
A magistrate's raw reaction to hearing 46-year-old Sergio Marroquin allegedly sexually assaulted 2 women at this Six Flags Splashtown in Spring. What makes it more disturbing?
It is alleged that one of the complaining witnesses' children were present at the time.
Harris County Sheriff investigators say the victims were 35-year-old twin sisters, one of them holding their son in the park's lazy river when Marroquin allegedly approached her. According to court documents, he pulled down her bathing suit bottoms and sexually touched her.
These alleged facts are true.
Investigators believe Marroquin has more victims out there. Lauren Johnson, who brings her nephews to Splashtown all the time, says public places are often where predators go unnoticed.
I went by the pool. There was about 100 people at least in the pool. So lifeguards have to watch 100 people, make sure they're not drowning. They're not thinking someone's going to get sexually assaulted in the pool.
We did reach out to Six Flags for comment about the incident, but are still waiting to hear back. The sheriff's office says they continue to investigate Marroquin and are urgently asking anyone who may be a victim to come forward. The magistrate initially set Marroquin's bond at $100,000, but a district court judge lowered that bond to $50,000, and that was at the request of his defense attorney.
So before we even dive into this one, let me just drop a disclaimer, right? We first off got thoughts and prayers for all of the stories we covered this evening. It's not our intent to exploit, but it is our intent to shine the light on it and try to discuss it and come up with a viable solution.
Please.
And so please accept our prayers, our concern, our heartfelt, literally empathy with the victims, including the 2 teenagers we just discussed, right? And their mom and their families, and even the young lady who's assaulted right here. So with that being said, OG, right. Same situation. I'm curious to know your first. My first thought was old pervert Nick, right? Like he just in the pool and he saw opportunity and he took advantage of it. And I'm glad he got jammed up, right? And so that's just kind of my first thought. Just some random old pervert man who in the pool and like they said, probably been doing this. And he got jammed up this time.
He's definitely a pervert. He's mentally sick. The border gonna have to be cut off, man, because people coming over here, we're not checking out they mental. We don't know who they are. You got some of them that's good people, then you got some of them that's crazy. So if we letting 300,000 people come over here every month, in 10 months there's 3 million people. It's been going on for 15, 20 years. We're gonna have a major problem over here, man. It's gonna be more chaos, more killing, and they let them over here for cheap labor. It's a setup. So and them are brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So they can stop them people.
So and I watch a bunch of news. I hear a bunch about, the migrant policy. We got, matter of fact, you talking about Biden and Trump earlier, right? So we got Biden who got the borders open, right? He just passed legislation to drop it down to $2,500 a day. And he just passed legislation to try to help them get green cards easier and get through the system faster, right? Meanwhile, we got Trump on the other hand who like closed the border. F them all. Don't nobody need to come. I'm sending them and their kids and their families, everybody back, right? And I only bring that up on the strength of what you're talking about, right? Right. We're talking about migrants, and you kind of feel like that particular case was probably a migrant, right?
Right.
And so on the strength of the presidential election, right? Which side you leaning on the migration factor specifically? Right?
You know, Biden and Trump both making sense about it, but I agree with Trump to a point. It has to stop now. And I understand what Biden's saying. Biden's saying if they've been over here over 10 years, okay.
If they've been over here 10 years,
then
their spouses need to stay
I
and
agree.
their kids.
I agree with that because they don't prove themselves. But the ones that's not coming, you got to cut it off. You got to go on and take the border. We got enough people out of jobs, pay them $10, $15, $20 an hour, and so circle this thing, put the thing up there and ID them right there. And get their background, and if they don't qualify to come over, man, you got to stop letting them come over. There's too many killings, man, and a lot of Hispanic people now is being caught up on the killing, 15-20% of them. You know, it's crazy, man. It's they using them against us, and they got brown eyes. They're my brothers and sisters, Cuban, Puerto Rican, all them folks black. They're just a Mexican descent. So it's chaos going on, man. They're doing it purposely, and then they use them for cheap labor. Okay. So, it's a con game, you know. It's
tough. It's real tough because on one hand, right, you know, I do a lot of Bible reading, right. I've been wrapping up this study on Joseph.
Come on,
right? Wrapping up the study on Joseph.
Cold man.
And so, I'm thinking about the fact that when Egypt had the famine, right? When Egypt had the famine, his brothers, all of them, had to walk all the way. Cross Egypt to Pharaoh's house to beg for food, right?
And they didn't know it was him.
They didn't know it was him, but not even that part.
The same one that thrown the dish to kill.
Not even that part, right? I'm focusing on how far they had to walk.
Right.
I'm focusing on the distance that they had to commute by foot and camel and donkey.
From here to Fifth Ward.
Exactly. And so when we talk about these migrants who coming from South America, bam, they crossing countries by foot. You know what I'm saying? That's from here. That ain't here to Fifth Ward. That's from like here to New York. You know what I'm saying? And so on foot, right? Just to get to our border, the land of the free, and be told no. And so that's my challenge with cutting it off, right? Because they usually fleeing from violence. They fleeing from some sort of stuff, and unfortunately, they come into a violent place, and so it ain't what it's cracked up to be. But my challenge is, if this supposed to be the land of the free and we supposed to be migrant friendly, Jesus was a migrant, half the people, all these people was migrants. It's hard for me to say cut them off.
But let me say why I cut them off.
Yeah.
The reason why you got to cut them off, out of 100% of them is 20% of them killers. Then we letting 20% of killers come over here, rape and rob our women in the Muslim culture. If we find the sperm in the woman, we kill you. Okay? That's why there ain't no rape over there. Nation Islam had rape one time in 100 years since 1934, July the 4th. But our so-called Christian brothers and sisters, every 3 seconds a woman is raped. See, we playing with this rape thing. If a man rape a woman, we should kill him. I don't know why we playing with this. If you kill 1,000 people, I know he being harsh. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're disrespecting the woman of God that belongs to God. You have no right to take her. They even raped and brought up in daylight, called daytime rape. Because most of them know the woman. The woman will start off and she'll say, no, I don't want to do it. Oh, no, I'm on hard now. You got to give it to me.
Or in the pool, right? We looking at.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, until we kill them by 1,000 of them, it'll stop. They had so many rape kits the other day when they got rid of the
27,000. It was some crazy number. 40,000 rape kits.
They had so many rape kits, young lady, for 5 years, had never been looked at.
Yeah, not even investigated.
Yeah, and then that's how they got rid of our brother, because they had some.
They had to blame it on him.
They used him for the fall guy. It was already going on before we got up in there. Okay, so a nation rise no higher than his woman. Okay, they ain't never heard that. Pastor don't. You never gonna hear a pastor say that. They ain't gonna say that because they dumb down. A nation rise no higher than his woman.
The women gotta go back.
Did you hear what I just said? Until a woman respected, the nation can't be respected.
But the women got to go back to respecting themselves as well, too.
But there's no such thing. I like that. But there's no such thing as a no good woman. There's a no good man made her that way. They was touching on her when she was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. So the little girl that's never been protected, because when the mom at work and the stepfather there, he's looking at the baby.
But some women are born with Jezebel spirits, and they're born with different spirits. So they come like that.
But I'm not sure about that. I can't agree that a woman is with Jezebel spirit.
No, man.
It's about the family.
Generational trauma can be passed down genetically.
Yeah, okay, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. That's a different thing.
No, if grandma was promiscuous and mama was promiscuous, and you got a teenage daughter, she probably gonna be promiscuous.
But she can still have an independent spirit and learn a proper way, no matter what her grandmama did.
No, she can be taught. She can be taught.
But if all I knew was this,
now, if that's all she was seeing, if that's what she saw with her eyes and so forth, that's a different thing. But I'm saying, if she
not from birth,
if she did not actually see all of that, it doesn't have the same impact that maybe her grandmama had because she did such and such a thing. Plenty of ladies' grandmama had to sleep with the master back in the day. That didn't mean their mama slept with the master or their mama was promiscuous. So it doesn't pass necessarily like that. And I want to talk about the key to all of this.
Sleeping with the master is rape, though, right? That's different from a woman just being a freak and being promiscuous and being out there.
Yes, yes, but to survive, that mama or that grandmama might have had to call it something else back then. You're right, it's rape.
It's rape, but they call it something else.
Yeah, but they called it something else so they can survive psychologically. And that's what we're talking about. We going back to all of this is the basis of the spiritual family, which has been decimated and messed up by the society with going back to COINTELPRO and before that, and Jim Crow and all of that. We just have to reconstruct the mind of the family to help the young man so he don't be out there raping.
It's in Judges 2 and 10.
So you understand the logic of halal, right? Halal, like food, right?
Come on.
Halal.
Yeah.
Right. That's a certain way that they kill animals prior to eating it, right? And they do it in
and they don't put the female hormones in it.
Exactly. Those hormones. Why they don't do that, OG?
Because the hormones
get
make
passed on to the next person who eat it,
and
right? And that's the point I'm making in reference to generational trauma.
Let me help you out.
It can get passed on. You know what I'm saying? Whether they understand
or not.
what it was, the feeling and the energy and the emotion is still
I understand what you're saying, but you can't just leave it as a cop out because my daddy did that. I got to do that. So many people have broke those quote generational curses, and they can be broken. However, it's an easy thing for somebody to say, "Well, my mama was bad. I can be bad." So forth. No, we can't give them that. We can't. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not going to throw that excuse out there.
I don't think it's an excuse, right? And so I don't want to frame it as an excuse, but I got to apply the logic of this person really went through that. You know what I'm saying? And now that curse can be broken. You're absolutely right.
You're right.
And I got to feel that's where he finna go. The curse can be broken, but we got to acknowledge the fact that is there.
Yeah. Let me say
we got to acknowledge that is there. You know what I'm saying? We can't move like the curse ain't there.
It's not there. Absolutely.
Let me help y'all out.
Absolutely.
Willie Lynch, 1712. What people ain't
there you go. There you go.
It started there. And that 300 years after 2012, it's supposed to have been over with. But to say they would use a perpetual cycle, and black folks, we so lazy we won't read because we weren't able to read for 310 years. So when we read now, we get sleepy. But we'll look at a movie for 3, 4, 5 hours. So when we go to reading, we get sleepy. Now in HISD alone, I ain't got to go to no other one. When the children are supposed to be Houston Independent School District, right? We are proving that it's historically enslaved dummies. 44% of the children finish school are functionally illiterate. They can call a word, don't know what it means. If it ain't an apple or orange or door or TV, they won't know what it means. So they are dumbing our children now. They be giving them Ritalin drugs for 41, 42 years. If me and you get caught with Ritalin, we're going to jail for drugs. but they at school giving our children riddling drugs and then get a mom and them a bigger check. It's a con game. So they said, why are we getting rid of that's to calm Johnny down. That's to calm Bobby down. No, that's to drug him. Them fentanyls is killing them, so they finna stop that. So we've been tricked. Same way with Tuskegee, okay? They tricked us in Tuskegee. 400 men lined up and they shot him. You do know this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gave him syphilis.
Okay.
Gave
Okay.
him, yeah.
Okay, they gave us syphilis. You do know this, right? Affected over 4 million women, by the way. So that was a con game. They thinking they doing something to research something. They stood in the line thinking they doing something good. So
Look, that's why I ain't getting no more COVID shots. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I ain't never got a COVID shot. You can pull a gun on me. You ain't gonna. You can shoot me. I would not allow you to stick that thing in my arm when I don't know what's gonna justify. I asked them one question. I went to one of them. I say, okay, I'll take the shot. I said, if something happened, can I sue him? They said, no, it's at your own cost. I said, what you say? He said, at your own cost. Oh, you make up something. You shoot me in my arm. And then tell me to come get a booster. And if something happened, it's on me. But you made it. But you want me to take it. And then when they were paying people $200, $300, all the way up to $1,000, they was paying you do know this, right? They was paying people to take the shot. And we so dumb, we don't even understand what was going on.
And so it ain't even about that. It's about control, right? Because I knew a bunch of people, I took the shot, and I know a bunch of people who literally for work conditions or whatever legislation was in place, if you're going to continue to eat and get money, then you need to get stuck, fam. You know what I'm saying? And so it was literally life choices people was making.
I'm just glad it doesn't happen to you, because a lot of people that got stuck, they went out to the Woodlands, they went to River Oaks, they went to those clinics where the rich white folks was, and they took, They ain't take no shots in the ghetto because they already know they got to be dropping something in it because they dropped 2 bombs on us. So if they drop a bomb on us in 1921 in Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, they dropped a bomb on us, killed thousands of us, and we still don't even know why. It wasn't because Rollin bumped into no little white girl. They got married 9 months later up in Chicago.
No, it was because...
Excuse me. It was because it was the second deepest oil field next door, and we owned it. We was going to be billionaires. We had the second deepest oil field in the world, in Oklahoma, in America. And when they seen that oil field, they said, we got to kill these niggas. This been hidden, man. I'm the only one talking about it. Me and a dude named Tony Fame. Dude, they don't want, it was 100 Black Wall Street. They decimated every one of them in New York, in Atlanta.
Baltimore.
Do you hear me? In Miami, New York, all of them, they had Black Wall Street. They got rid of all of them. They dropped another bomb on us in 1985 in the movement in Philadelphia. The government and J. Edgar Hoover, he killed Malcolm and Martin with these Negroes. I'm gonna put it in the book who participated and brought Martin Luther King out, brought him out that little $1.95 motel and put him there for him to shoot him. And somebody was driving up, they knew, and Andrew Young and the rest of them was there. And Jesse drove up. Yeah. Why would you bring Martin Luther King on a balcony? He had more life threats than the President of the United States of America. Why did you have him like you had Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Honorable Elijah Muhammad be in a hotel. They run out the whole floor. They search the place a day ahead of time. They stay there. Bulletproof car. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Honorable Elijah Muhammad moved like the Pope.
Yeah.
You know
so that's how Martin Luther King supposed to move. So when he went to Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he told him, I'll show you the picture. He said, look, man, you a threat. You in Deuteronomy 22. You a dreamer of dreams. Them folks gonna be scared of you. That's when he said, I led my people into a nightmare in 63. See, we keep talking about he had a dream. He said, one day I'm going to the mountaintop to see the coming of the Lord. You may not get there with me. When he met Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he changed it. He said, I've been to the mountaintop. I've seen the coming of the Lord. They said, kill him. J. Edgar Hoover said, kill him now. Because if the Muslim and Christian come together, we can't control them. Religion is religiosity. This was to split us up like gangbangers. In Kansas City, the gangbanger came up to me and asked me a question on my mama. He said, Minister Jeremiah. I said, yes, sir. He said, y'all want us to join the nation in the church, right? Yeah. A bunch of gangbangers out there in Kansas City. Leavenworth. Killers out there. He said, we'll do it. we'll join the Nation of Islam with Minister Farrakhan, and we'll join the church and all that. He said, when y'all come together, when y'all stop killing one another, we will. Brother, I froze. Brother, I froze. I said, a baby, you about 21, 22. A child telling me, I'm 30-something. The child telling me, y'all asking us to come into this and y'all killing each other. The Protestants and the Catholics, y'all shooting and killing each other. They just took Russia and this boy, Japan, was it Japan?
North Korea.
North Korea. They just shook hands.
Yeah, North Korea is now supplying them with weapons for this Ukraine
with
war.
missiles and everything.
Also, all that really mean is we about to be at war with North Korea. Because if we supplying Ukraine and they supplying Russia,
and shook hands on national TV on red carpet, which means blood. I'm looking at it last night. I say, what? Say, man, look.
So look, you got
we the only people now that's pulling this up, trying to give people a solution to stop this killing. You cannot give a child a deadly weapon at 18 years old. They're impressionable. They're emotional. You cannot give it. His brain don't even develop till he's 26. Do y'all hear me? So when the governor, Abbott, gave them guns up, him and Donald Trump, now it's in 31 states, sister. Louisiana just been
what happened when you give them guns.
Come on, man.
This time from the South Acres area of Southeast Houston.
A man is dead. A 16-year-old was hurt at one scene. A man found shot in a car at a second location. ABC 13's Alex Bozargian is live on Selinsky near MLK. Alex, police have been busy with shootings all across the city tonight.
Erica, yes, unusually so. This is the fourth shooting that HPD has responded to today. They were called out to this apartment complex around 7:30. They found a young man. He was shot to death. And then they also found a second victim, a 16-year-old who appeared to be pistol whipped. They transported him to the hospital. And there was also a third person involved in all of this. Now, I want to show you more of the scene here. There was a third person involved in all of this. Witnesses say he sped off in a white Nissan. They found him about a half a mile away on Cedarburg Drive, and they say he had been shot at least one time. They also transported him to the hospital, and he was, last they heard, he was in surgery. Now, a very violent night for Houston and a really difficult time for officers who are responding to all of this. With HPD having to respond to that many, I mean, seeing the violence across the city, I mean, what's that?
Well, it's, you know, it's distressing for the officers have to see this stuff. It's distressing for the people that live here and have to see this stuff. I've got family members down there for this young man that's killed are very upset right now, and that's understandable. I hate that they have to go through that. I hate that my officers have to go through that.
Now, it was really upsetting to hear those family members on scene. You could hear the screaming and the crying. A lot has unfolded here, a lot that investigators have to kind of piece together. But as you see, they're still working this scene. And as soon as we know more details, we will bring that to you.
It's like what you
Chuck,
said.
explain it to me.
It's like what you said. Everybody
Explain it
acting
to
like animals.
One shot and killed. The other one tried to get away, got down the block, and they found him. He in the hospital having surgery. What they didn't talk about was the assailant. Like, you know, who was doing the shooting. But OG, what stood out the most to me, and I watched the story earlier, but I didn't catch it the first time. I just caught it this time. The reporter said this was the fourth shooting that day. This was 7 days ago. The fourth shooting that day. So last Thursday, 7 days ago, right? The fourth shooting that day. And so I got stuck there, right? I got stuck there, fam. Like,
what is happening in our communities that all of this is going on? The schools are not working. The churches are not working. Families are in a bad situation. So all of this paradigm really needs to be changed in such a way. I mean, we need to go, in my opinion, to homeschooling for our kids, and have better spiritual environments. I'm not saying churches, because obviously that's not working.
No, it's not.
Maybe we can have a community church. What I see is 4 families coming together and just kind of buttressing themselves together, and they have a minister come to them, they have a teacher come to them, because what's going on now is just not working. Our society needs a dramatic change, because what's happening, we saw 4 killings in one day. What's going on in Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia, Kansas City?
Yeah, this was just Houston.
Yeah, just Houston. Can we imagine what's going on in quote unquote more violent cities than Houston?
But that's why you have people like Dr. Jeremiah, you have people like Candace Matthews, you have people that are really trying to teach the Black community, our community, how to be self-sufficient, how to have our own schools, our own programs, just what you're saying. But because we are people, we have to see it work. You can't tell us. We have to see that it work. So that's why we have these leaders that are going before us that are saying, hey, I'll take my money and I'll create a community so our people can have their own schools like the Jewish community does. So it takes all of us, it takes somebody getting out there. I asked him a question earlier today. I said, why are you the only one that have to fight? And he said, who's going to take my place? Everybody else is scared to take my place.
Scared to death.
Well, we got to do something to help our families also, because if the Black woman is against the Black man and they not working together, which is out there, and we looking at it on TV, the TV is showing so many bad images also. That's why we got to have a better control of what our kids, our families, everybody sees. And because if we leave it to the white community, they're going to put all kind of stuff on TV. And, you know, we don't know what to think. Is this good? Is this bad? And, you know,
we have to make them be accountable. We have to make Facebook owners be accountable. We have to make Instagram owners be accountable. We have to make
How are we going to do that?
Oh, it can be done. It can be done. Because you know, Facebook was shut down for a while. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
They shut it down for a while. What's his name? Went to court. Remember?
Mark Zuckerberg.
He had to go to court.
The problem with that is our people love it. They love it, and they gonna be the ones complaining if it gets shut down.
What if I told you that our people don't even love it? They're addicted to it. You know
I would have used that word.
Yeah,
The word
they are
addicted.
addicted to likes, addicted to the dopamine that's in your system when somebody like your picture. They addicted to the fake celebrity that come with people giving you bullshit compliments. Like they addicted to that. My bro, shout out to my bro Rifika. He got a song that just talks about the devilish power of Facebook and Instagram.
It's a devilish power. Likes and notifications, and I seen people going there. Oh, I got 1,000 like, girl. I'm gonna show more, baby. So they women are competing now.
Yeah,
I did a tape. I
remember that. I saw what you did. You talking about to the women on Facebook?
Yeah, but I did it with Mike D, and he got the music with it. Today we gonna play it. As we get through with this, because I proved to him from the Bible, they use the women for booties. It's in the Bible. They say they're gonna kill all the boys 2 years old down looking for Jesus, because the 3 wise men, the only one knew how to find Jesus. Okay, nobody else could find him. So Pharaoh say, "Well, hell, I don't know how to find him." So we're gonna make
all of them. Yeah,
let's kill everybody, and they did it. They killed all the children 2 years old down. Boom, boom, just killed. Boom.
And those women were smart enough to come up with a plan to hide them. We start hiding them.
Watch this here. You're right. But look what they say they're going to do with the women. They say, well, if we kill the baby, look, this is in the Bible in Genesis. They say if we kill the babies, what are we going to do about the women?
And they were having babies so fast.
Pharaoh came and said, well, we ain't going to kill the women. We're going to use them as the spoil, S-P-O-I-L, the spoils of war. I didn't know what spoils of war meant. I'm saying spoils of war. Spoils of war, we would use them for booties.
Captives.
So women,
literally POWs.
Listen to me. So now we done had more women shoot stuff in their booty. Hers natural. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying it. They got more people talking about booties now than the brain. I had a girl, me and her real close. I don't call her name. About 2-3 years ago, pretty smart, all of that. No, I mean she could go. And I gave her a chance. She owned her own company. I ain't gonna call her name. And I tried it. I tried to push her to it. I said, ain't nobody ever got on Facebook, Instagram, no female and did this. She said, what? I said, say, show their brain. I say, everybody's pointing at their booty. They turn around, showing their backside. They never take a picture and say, they do this here. I say, won't you be the first one? And I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to video you and get on there with you. You know what she said? Oh, no. I got all this.
Well, you understand, that's the same logic. That's the
Did
same
you hear what she said?
Yeah. Well, that's the same logic that the smart kid had in school who fails or play dumb because his partners ain't smart.
Come on.
Right? Right. He get picked on for always raising his hand because he know all the questions, but he's just a smart kid. And so he start dumbing himself down. He start failing. He start not answering questions. He start skipping school, right? Because he trying to fit in. That's the same stuff you're talking about. Like, she know better. But being better don't fit in. Right. And according to monetization, being better definitely don't help you get paid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the model is designed to cater towards ratchetness.
They use they use Commodores. They use Commodores.
That's what you were saying earlier today when I said we have to be accountable, like the women. You know, like we can't just blame it all on the men. It's the women too.
Yeah, I hear you, but I'm trying to get to you about something. It's not the woman's fault. It's not because we have not raised our children.
So I'm not blaming the woman at all.
I'm not blaming her.
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying some things we got to be accountable for. Man. I mean, we in a water park. How do somebody get this close to you?
Well, because 100 people in the pool, like they said. Like
and ain't nobody expecting for nobody to do that.
Yeah.
But it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that.
I just went to the water park, Chuck, and it was 100 people. Come on now.
But you missing some, Miss LaWanda. I'm trying to take you somewhere else. It's bigger than the water park. I'm trying to take you to the mindset. It's bigger than the water park. I'm trying to get y'all somewhere. It's not that. When they played the song, because I used to hear it, running folks in ditches with them skin-tight britches, Ohio players. So women start dressing like Daisy Dukes. Now Walmart and Targets and everybody wearing Daisy Dukes. Even white folks wearing them now. No drawers on, butterball naked, look right up in their rectum. I went to Texas Southern University. 80% of the girls was butt naked. I went to Prairie View. 92 of them was naked. I went purposely to look. I'm like, I wanted to see for myself. I'm like, no shame, butt naked. Butterball naked, no drawers on, booty showing, dressed. And I just touched one of the girls. I said, hey, how you doing? Hi. I said, you know I can. She said, yes. And started walking. Look. About 17, 18. I say, and boy, she was doing that. And she turned around and looked at me.
So
she was telling me, nigga, do you want some of this?
And so we talk about our people, right? This happens at a school. So this is a young black woman getting her education.
Come on.
Right. And so how do we get the message to her in a method that she can receive it?
Absolutely.
Okay. I like that. If they can dumb down our college students, then the children in the street ain't got a chance. Because it was so hard for them to make it to college. Ain't but about 25%, 30% of them make it to college. And after 12,000 people make it to college in Prairie View, 3,000 of them fall out because ain't no jobs. Okay, I'm working on that now. So what I'm saying to you, they took the music. The music used to be clean and love songs and family reunion. I love you, baby. It was never let me stick your finger in your. Even Drake talking about stick his finger in the girl, and what's the name talking about bent over, head down, butt up, And then the boy got blood coming, and bitch bring my money, and then the Sexy Red talking about pound for pound. It was about 41 weeks on the #1. Hit me in the booty, hit me in my thing, my booty brown, my thing pink.
I mean, even and that's this generation, right?
Yeah.
I'm 40. I'm 45. I grew up on Snoop Dogg.
Come on,
bitches ain't shit, right? I grew up on Luke. You know what I'm saying?
Luke, he put a line all them women up
on the stage,
on
and
the
we're gonna
stage.
do it in front of everybody,
Yeah.
right? I grew
Butt
up
naked.
on 8 Ball and MJG, just learning about pimping, right? Literally, in the worst way to possibly treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the stuff I grew up listening to. But back to the point, I also had some positive male influence. I also had some people in my ear like, that ain't right, even though I acted on half the stuff I heard. You know what I'm saying? I was out there really like, I'm a changed man, OG, you know what I'm saying? And so I can understand how it happens. Like, that's why my question was very specific, was like,
but what
how
about
do
the
we
producer?
change?
But what about the person who's producing the music? It's
money.
Yeah, it's money. And so it goes back to that person, because
it ain't even the person producing the music. It is the owners of the record labels.
They told them, this is when it started. They when they were doing Fight the Power and all these boys coming out with positive rap and
all in the same game.
It was too much. It was too much. Arrested Development and all of them. Then this girl Lauryn Hill came out with 5 Grammys. Don't be no bitch a hoe. You ain't got to get your stuff up. She kicking it, and Lauryn Hill killing them. So the white folks say, man, look, they keep talking like this here, man. The jails ain't gonna keep full of. I want some gangster rap. I'm gonna give you $1 million. I want some gangster. Niggas ain't now one of them.
And so we
no
sell
gangster.
out, but we sell out for it. We sell out for it. So we sell out because we so hungry for money. And it's sad in our society, and I was talking to another Black female, it's sad in our society that we think the only way to get rich is basketball, football, robbing, selling dope. We only think those things is the only way.
So
we don't
is it
know
that we
about
only
real
think
estate.
those? I'm just devil's advocate here, right? Trying to present an objective thought process. But is it that we only think that, or is the system designed for us to only believe that?
The system designed for us to
You know what I'm saying? Because like
you just answered it. Let's keep going.
Because I'm looking at it like, okay, it's designed. The system is designed that way, and so I'm more focused on what can we do to affect the system.
Like, you don't know about
I can't
real
keep
estate.
preaching to the people. We gotta affect the system.
Right.
Let me say this: what we doing right now, with a woman at the table, and with a school teacher of 30 years, this is the kind of stuff we have to do. We got to bring. We're gonna get a Zoom thing here where we can bring T.I. on. We can bring Snoop Dogg on. Where Snoop can talk about his problems, how he did women back in the day. Now he ain't doing it. Okay, Charlie Wilson Gap Band now talking about Bless. The people that have changed, T.I. now won't disrespect the woman. We got to talk. Why did you change? This is where all they rap children can hear them. See what I'm saying? So this is what we got to do. There's no other show doing what we're doing, and they ain't gonna want this show out. We got to get this show out. I'm getting with Ricky, get this show out. We got to get this show out. We got 30. I think we got almost 30 something right now, right?
Yeah, we got about 40.
Yeah, come on. What's next? Let's get it.
All right, so this one here was kind of interesting. This guy here, he got arrested. He did a crime in Houston to a woman. They found him in Mississippi, and I believe this guy here might be a plea to kiss this guy. If I'm not mistaken.
Chuck, your thing on in there, right?
Yeah, we on.
Okay. I take no more chances.
Other headlines to get to today. A medic news reporter woman in Houston is on the run after escaping police custody over in Mississippi.
Now the U.S. Marshals are involved in a search for this man, being referred to as a career criminal. ABC 13's Micah Hatfield is live with how he was able to get away from authorities.
Come on, I want to hear this.
Well, Joshua Zimmerman was pretty much able to just
Zimmerman.
walk out of the doors of the DeSoto County Courthouse in Mississippi. And speaking with the district attorney there, he told me he's not gotten a real answer on how this happened, but he says it is imperative that Zimmerman is caught because of just how dangerous he is. That's 30-year-old Joshua Zimmerman you see here. This photo was in the midst of his big escape from the courthouse in DeSoto County, Mississippi on Friday. Notice he's in street clothes. That's because District Attorney Matthew Barton says he was able to change clothes and remove his wrist and ankle shackles and walk out. Zimmerman was picked up there by police in September for a number of charges, including attempted murder and armed robbery. Friday, he was headed to court in a line of inmates when he somehow was able to break free inside the courthouse without being noticed, changed clothes, and left. The plan was to extradite him back to Harris County at some point for a September 2023 murder case. He's accused of killing 23-year-old Kiana Mercer at the Red Carpet Inn in Southwest Houston. Charging documents in that case say Zimmerman was known to use fake identities and move from state to state. U.S. Marshals say he has ties to Memphis and Connecticut. You've seen in this story photos of Zimmerman with different looks based on his beard and his hairstyle. It's not known how he looks now since he's been on the run, but there's a $10,000 reward for information that leads to
That's
arrest.
all?
Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
10 bands.
Lord,
10 bands.
have
So
mercy.
career crook, right?
Somebody helped him.
Fighting the murder. Had to.
That man wasn't able to get out of all that.
With
Nobody
clothes, the change
Yeah,
of clothes, and got
came
out
out
the who get out of the wrist
That I'm
shackles.
crazy. Every
Man.
time I'd had them things, I'd have took them off. Come on, man. Stop, man. Somebody helped him, man.
Oh, of course.
It was somebody new. Look at me. Somebody knew him.
And turned their head.
Some police officer,
Turn their
black,
head.
white, or Spanish, whoever, they knew him and turned their head and handed him a thing and moved out and let him get out of there. They knew him, man. That wasn't no accident, man. That man ain't no abracadabra and just came out of that stuff, man. Yeah, come on, man. And gave him the clothes, everything. The clothes, everything was convenient. Stop, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like we crazy. Stop, man. I've been to jail. I know that don't happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm looking at in court. Like you just talked about how you had to take off everything to even get in there. You know what I'm saying? And I done sit there and I watched them march the inmates in. They chained them dudes to the bench.
They changed to each other.
And to the bench.
If they run, they all gotta run together. They changed. Like when they get in front of the judge, they got 4 of them in front of them, or handcuffed to handcuffed to handcuffed. So if one of them run, all 4 of them gotta run. They can't run together. And the police with the gun, 2 police on them at all time when they come out. Somebody let him out, man. So come on, y'all. Stop the game. Let's go to the next one. That's game. They let him go. He a murderer, and they let him go.
So this one here was sad.
Obviously, there was some money involved that got passed around to
It
help
had
him.
to. It had to. This one, I'm gonna tell you why this one was sad to me. Because how old are you, OG?
60-something.
60-something.
Houston police tell us the 71-year-old man was beaten to death and his own stepson is apparently responsible. It was Father's Day. According to police, it happened around 5 o'clock this morning inside his stepfather's apartment on Sherwood Lane in Northwest Houston. Police were flagged a few blocks away on 34th Street. ABC 13's Shannon Ryan joins us live from HPD headquarters tonight. And Shannon, police have been talking with that suspect.
Tom, they actually just booked him into the Harris County Jail. He's 48 years old. His name is Ricky Ray Allen, and we're told he's now being charged with murder.
He should be.
Signs of a struggle in a senior's apartment. Broken and overturned furniture strewn throughout what Houston police are calling a large scene.
Fighting for his life.
See that something violent took place.
Police believe the man who lived here was beaten to death early this Father's Day morning by his own stepson, who about an hour later flagged down a passing police officer at this convenience store with his mother reportedly telling the officer he assaulted his stepdad in, quote, self-defense, that he had first approached him with a knife.
Told you said that.
I don't know how this would have happened. I don't really know why this happened this morning. There's no one else in the house.
Houston police took the man into custody for questioning, telling ABC 13 he's cooperating.
It's really sad that we see this, especially on Father's Day.
Somebody had mental issues.
And at this time, we're choosing not to name the
Right.
victim until police
Oh,
confirm that his entire
hold up.
family has been notified. Live at Houston Police Headquarters, Shannon Ryan, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Chuck, I ain't trying to cut nobody off. I'm going straight to the point. You my father. I'm your stepson. If I can't get along with you, I need to get out your house.
Period.
Get out your house. This Father's Day.
Especially if the story true. Especially if I pull a knife on you.
Right.
Yeah.
If I pull a knife. If I pull a knife. That's what I'm saying. Somebody had mental issues.
If I'm pulling a knife, that means I probably already told you to get out my house.
But that's just a makeup.
Yeah, we know that.
If he pull a knife on you, break through the door and run. Leave. And get the police, go back, get your clothes and leave. But you beat him to death. You beat him to death. When you was beating him, he had no knife.
Exactly.
You ain't got to cut nowhere. So what a knife at?
And then it's a death beating. Like it wasn't no stabbing. He ain't shooting.
He beat him. Look at me, brother. To beat somebody to
That's
death.
what I'm saying.
You are upset. If I hit him right now, I keep hitting him. If I hit him one time, right? Okay, it's cool. I keep hitting him and hitting him and hitting him and hitting him.
Till he die?
Till he die. I hate you. I already hated you. It was already in me. So when Father's Day came that I'm supposed to honor you, even though Father's Day and Mother's Day is every day, I'm supposed to honor you this day. So instead of me honoring you, I'm going to kill you, you bastard. That's been in his mind all the time.
Thanks.
Ain't no damn mental nothing. He did what the hell he want to do. So I'm not giving him no mental. I'm giving him a psychosocial assessment that was already in him. If I call you a nigga, that was already in me. I just needed to drink the alcohol and get mad enough to say it. People tickle me. I didn't mean to curse you. Yes, you did. It was already in you. It just took it in to say it. Most people get drunk. They cuss people out and say what they really feel. Then the next day, I said, what to you? Girl, I didn't mean that. Yeah, you meant it. The alcohol got you to say what was on your mind. You can only say what's on your mind. It's already been there. When we give people psychosocial assessment in the dynamic, we deal with psychiatrists, psychologists, and LPCs. I ran a behavioral health clinic for 10 years purposely. I taught my psychiatrists because they was weak, and I had to teach them. I said, well, what you? They showed me the little book. I said, these are questions. Have you ever thought about suicide? And then the child said, oh, no. And what would you do it? I said, this is what you're saying to these people? Yeah.
Of course they're going to say no. Right?
I say, man, that ain't no, them folks in the ghetto, you asking them silly questions, everybody done thought about suicide, jumping out the window. Why you even asking them? We crazy, we broke, we hungry, and we standing right across the street. I went to Texas Southern University to CUNY Homes on purpose, came up 1% plus and a half, make it to Texas Southern University. I can understand how a college is across the street from CUNY Home, and we couldn't have 5% of the children to go across the street to college. I said, wait a minute, something wrong. So I went for 1 year. I brought Raz B, I brought Xavier, I brought Raz B from B2K. You got served. I lit the whole spot up. I spent over $100,000. I had Jackie and her people, a white lady named Rita, bought me a van, the whole 9 yards. Boy, I put money out there. Man. I bought new goals, commercials, everything. I did it on purpose. I wanted to see could I change that. I said, no, I want to see can I change it. We started paying their bills, after school program, buying their clothes. And guess what, Chuck? We changed it.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you can't. I didn't go to CUNY, I didn't go to Kelly Courts, I didn't go to the other court, they just destroyed it. Right over there across the street from
Sterling, over there, off of MLK.
Yeah, now go further. Go over here by downtown. They done run over, oh my God.
Kelly Court.
Not Kelly Court. Kelly Court still there. The one from Kelly Court. I just seen it ran over.
In the bottom?
No. Right there where the baseball stadium at.
You talking about Coke Apartment?
No, Coke Apartment they ran over.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Up there, next to the stove. From the downtown.
Right.
I looked over there and it was like 3,000 people over there. And I said, wow. Look, I'm going to call the name of it in a minute. And it was gone. Same thing they tried to do with me and Dr. Cannon, stopped them from kicking all the people out in South Lawn on Scott. You want to kick them out, but you ain't got to know where for them to go.
And you rather kick them out than fix this stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
It's because some land developer done gave you $50, $60 million to kick them out when you done made a deal with them, but you don't take none of the money and go get the people somewhere to go. So we went to housing, and some of the people flew in from Washington, D.C. That's how we stopped. And I told them you had to kill me. I put my hand on the lady's stomach. I was pregnant and had a baby. And I said, "Hud, my name's Johnny Bonder, Dr. Jeremiah. Get ready to kill me. You ain't moving not one of these people out. And this baby will not be born on the bridge." Brother, in 72 hours, they called me. It's a Miss Brown. Look, we ain't gonna move him. We gonna find him somewhere to go. I put my life on the line, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's what it requires.
Yeah.
Right? It requires somebody who's willing to
You gonna
make
put
the
these children
sacrifice.
up under the bridge and all. You gotta be out your mind. This girl pregnant and finna put a baby under the bridge. Cause you trying to hustle something to put the land developer, put a bunch of high rises over there that they can't even afford.
So before I get to the next story, let me ask you this. Y'all tuned in to
Put your music on.
Gloves Up, Guns Down right now. We just going through a lot of situations. I'm gonna do this one more and then we'll get into some music.
Yeah, man.
And then we'll come through. But let me ask you about this. Let me ask you about this. How do you feel about protecting yourself? Like, right? Because we talking about gloves up, guns down, right? And the past few stories we've been dealt with talked about gun violence. But before we get into the next one, I want to just get your opinion on how you feel about protecting yourself.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if you are being somebody break into your home, try to rob your family, take something from your family.
I'm gonna say this humble as I can, because humility signals of greatness. And I know by me being Johnny Brown, they think I'm gonna say something crazy, but I'm not. I love my people, okay? But if you come in my home, in my mind, you come to hurt me,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to kill you.
My thoughts exactly.
I'm not black on black or black on white or black on nobody. I'm black on who come in my house. I'm not gonna come in yours. I'm begging you not to come in mine. Please don't.
And today, for the first time, we heard from Houston rapper and businessman Bun B. He talked publicly about
his
the
wife
night a
Queen
man broke into his house,
put the
held
gun
his
to her
wife
head.
at gunpoint, and then tried to rob them.
Yeah, he faced that man in court today. During the sentencing phase of his trial, Brianna Connor takes us through Bun's testimony.
It has taken 5 years for the trial to get to this point, and it was clear that Bun B was ready to testify, explaining to the court how that violent attempted robbery still impacts his family to this day. Back in April of 2019, Bun B's wife thought she had an Amazon delivery. Instead, DeMonte Jackson was at their door with a gun. He forced his way inside, heading to the garage in an attempt to steal their car. Bun B says he ran downstairs with his gun when he heard his wife screaming and shot Jackson, who was arrested later on. He got emotional on the stand today, recalling that night and telling the court that his wife didn't deserve the trauma that Jackson has caused. Listen to him recalling why he felt the need to go after Jackson that night with a weapon.
Just the idea of seeing my wife in this state, hearing her voice in this state. I mean, I'm her husband. That's my primary job, is to protect her and make her feel safe. And I wanted to know who had done this to her.
Jackson previously pleaded guilty to aggravated robbery, which is how we got to today's sentencing hearing. His defense team had no questions for Bun B, and it's not clear when the court will hear from his wife, but she is expected to testify.
I just want to
In the
say,
studio, I'm Brianna Connor.
my
ABC
son got in trouble because he has a mental illness. Now, that's not an excuse, but he walked in somebody's house, and of course, the lady didn't know why he was there. He basically just said he wanted to get out the cold. And if you know my son, that might have been his thinking and so forth. This young man had a mental illness also, but that is no excuse. And we just thankful that my son was not shot and killed, because most people would in that particular situation. But we got so much mental illness among our young people. And so we gotta think about that aspect also.
I agree with you and I respect you. But this man had a gun.
Yeah.
He planned this. Ain't no mental illness. It's mental slickness. This man planned this and act like he was an Amazon, put the Amazon shirt on, went up in there and put a gun to this man's wife's head. I don't give a damn what you are. I'm going to shoot you. You got a gun to my wife, my woman's head, my daughter's head. I'm going to sit up there. Hey,
anybody in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like anybody in the house, I'm willing to let it out for.
Yeah.
If you under my roof, then I feel like it's my job to protect you.
And most people will take that approach. So
your son didn't come in like that. Hold up. Your son didn't come in with a gun. He came and said, I come out of the cold. Somebody can pull a gun on him and say, okay, I ain't shooting him. This dude had a gun to bump to his wife named Queen. He had a gun to his head. Thank God he didn't shoot her.
Exactly.
And Bun B shot pretty good and got off on him and hit him. He did all that to take their car in the garage. You could have stole a car anywhere. Why did you?
Why you want that car?
Because it was Bun B and he wanted the attention.
I mean, we know why.
Yeah,
we know why,
it was the attention. Our kids are mixed up in the mind, and we got to go back to something that can help the family to help our kids, because they going to. How many young men on the street, young black men? If you look in any city, any big city, you'll see so many young black men who are just desolate out there and crazy and just falling by the wayside. And if we don't do something to save our army, then we're going to fall by the wayside, fall asunder. So we got to do something. Now, we have a problem with them listening to us. So we got to find different ways, like your show, the things I do, the things you do, just generate more circles so they can feed into that. As many as we can, but we can't argue among ourselves. We got to work with each other because the problem is bigger than all of us combined.
I agree with you 100%. What I'm saying to you, sir, they got a book called Destruction of Black Boys.
I understand.
Let me finish. This was purposely done. They make $40 billion a year. Me and you talking about this. They make $40 billion a year sending our children to private prison. This was set up in the 3rd and 4th grade, and they look at their attitudes. They look at them with these riddling drugs. Our children, they used to put Norplant in the girls' arm and to stop because they were bleeding. So all this was set up. Our children have been set up. We still in slavery, man. Here it is. I've been showing you this since I met you. Here go the puppeteer and the puppet. Just the puppeteer controlling the puppet being controlled and saying, I'm my own man, I'm my own woman. And we keep saying kids. Kids are ghosts, by the way, and you're a school teacher. It's child and children. In the Bible, Genesis 22, it's called kids, goats and goats. So there's children and child. And even Barack be saying that. So we need to stop saying that. It's child and children.
I have no problem with that.
I know. I just want to say it because the show, the people looking at us talk. And this show going to go out everywhere. And I ain't knocking you because 90% of the people say kids. I used to say it. So what I'm saying right now with our children, we have to deal with them ourselves. We can't wait. We won't pay a school teacher $100,000, but we'll pay a ball player $50 million.
We know the system is not designed to help them, right? So we can't expect the system.
We don't pay the school teachers enough. They the most important. They more important than the pastor because they with the child all day, 8 to 12 hours, and we won't even pay a school teacher $100,000. They need $125,000 a piece. You need to pay the best school teachers over $100,000, where they can help form our children. Excuse me, and what they doing. The best school teachers like Martha Collins, she took 12 of them, deaf and dumb, and showed people. She flipped them around and showed them right there in Chicago. So some of the greatest teachers leaving because they don't make enough money to stay in the school, and they doing it on purpose. Now they got Miles. Miles ain't no good. Me and Candace showed all the stuff he did. You bring another fool here talking about being over the children. They would never bring an educator that really love the children, have a background, and saving children's life.
I will say Miles got, I know some teachers who teach for HISD. They in the NES system. And I know 2 of them on my phone right now who literally great teachers, men, right? Who was able under this kind of new Miles situation elevate from $40,000 a year to $80,000 a year. I got another partner moved up from $50,000 to $85,000 a year, right? On the strength of that.
Thank God.
And so I hear a lot of
he did something right.
I hear a lot of complaints about him and what he's doing
because I also know taking money over Colorado.
But then I also know partners who in the system who actually elevating from it.
Come on.
And so I don't really know what to say about it because I'm on the outside.
If they elevating, I'm glad.
I'm like, okay, I got these 3 people here who literally got raises and made more money. And I know these 3 people here who lost their job.
And it's about credentialing. It's about credentialing, right?
Well, I mean, that's a big issue. I mean, but let me say this. You could pay some teachers, good teachers, $100,000 and it still wouldn't be enough because what you are asking teachers to do is just too overwhelming because they got to be policemen, doctors, they got to be community
they need more than just a raise. That's just the start.
That's
just the start. I'm trying to get I'm not cutting you off. I'm trying to get the best teachers to put in there and you can't give them over 12 children. You can't be giving each other 24 to 30 children.
40 kids.
That's too many. That's
yeah.
too many. That's too many. It don't need to be no more than 12 to 15 children to a class. That's too many. Where they can deal with those
Our population
children.
is too big.
Yeah,
it's
So,
impossible.
yeah.
You gotta put them in the class.
A key is vocational that you had been talking about. A key is vocational.
I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm blue in the face. I told Pastor Lucas, and he gonna tell me about we can do other things. Pastor Lucas, I agree with you. He said they need men and women of God. I said, Pastor Lucas, 2 days ago. I said, Pastor Lucas, I agree with you, but no matter what you say, without a vocational school, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
I don't care what you say, how you pray to them, say whatever you want. They hungry, so they gonna tell you this. What they gonna say to you? I know them. I know them. You telling me to come to church, right? Okay, I come. You tell me to put my gun down, get out the game. Okay. I make $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month. So how I'm gonna take care of my family and I'm hungry? What you gonna do? Once you bring the vocational school in and show them they can be a plumber, they can be a welder, they can be a coder, you can be in security. Show them the security to stop our women being kidnapped. So once you open up vocational school inside the school and for the gangbangers, you just can't have it for the school. Got to be for the gangbang. You know who opened up a school? She 80-something years old now. Marlon Gibbs, and they don't even talk about it. This woman went in her pocket and raised $8 to $15 million, opened up a vocational school in California, and for the Crips and the Blood, and stop the killing. So what I'm saying to you, if a maid could think like this, a maid on Jefferson can think like this here, where in the hell the president? Here they go, Barack Obama finna spend $1 billion on a library in Chicago. Barack, please don't let them spend $1 billion on that $2 ass library. Don't do that, Barack.
But they do it.
I don't want to cut you off. Barack, don't do that. Take that $1 billion and open up vocational schools. Spend $500,000 on your library so you can be remembered for what you did. Yeah. You did a lot of good, but that rainbow was no good. So now, what I'm saying to you, Barack, take that $500,000. That $500 million and open up vocational school, and then you'll be remembered forever for saving children's life. Barack, you got another chance.
I'm gonna show you what happens. Let me show you what happened when we don't have vocational schools, right? Because you're right, we got to leave them with something to do, and if we don't,
the devil gave them something to do, we got to give them something.
If we don't put no money in their pockets,
I'm telling you, man.
A daytime robbery caught on camera in Southwest Houston, and police now trying to see if that robbery and another that began at the same bank are in fact related.
Only on 13, the victims in both robberies sharing their stunning surveillance video. Both victims shaken up tonight. ABC 13's Maya Shea breaks down the videos.
Lord.
As Laura Borja unlocked her front door mid-morning Wednesday, a man rushed up from behind, grabbed the money meant for her cleaning lady, and took off.
Kind of pushed me a little bit and pulled my arm, so I turned around. And I screamed because when I turned around, I look at the face that it was very close to me, and I start screaming like crazy. I got so scared because I didn't know if he was gonna do something to me, push me inside my house, or have something in the hand.
Left with a scratch on her finger and out $140, Borja would soon learn she wasn't alone.
I had a black eye for about 10 days.
On May 13th, Steve Strauss had just driven home from the bank when he too was followed by a black sedan. Watch as the man jumps out of a black car. He took Strauss's vacation money and punched the retired attorney several times in the face. Strauss, clearly dazed as he walked out of his garage.
And he just sprinted up, and I was turning my sprinklers off in the garage, and I turned around, he was like there.
Both Strauss and Borja had gotten cash out of this Chase Bank along the West Loop and Beechnut. And when comparing surveillance videos, the getaway cars appear to be the same. After calls from ABC 13, Houston police are now looking into whether these two incidents may be related. The victims have already made up their minds.
They followed me from the bank because I went in the bank. So they saw that I was going in the bank. They waited for me and followed me.
hoping sharing their videos and their fear will get results.
Yeah, they've been filing people from the bank, way more money than that though, but they've been filing from the bank and doing that. And another way, they've been, the coldest thing now, they calling them, telling them they got to want a prize, they need their bank account where they can sit it. Then they'll take all their money out the bank. So it's they are playing on the elders. Where we used to love our elders and look out for them, we rob them, we knocking them down,
punch them in the face,
punching them in the face, and kicking them. This is, look at me, Chuck, this has never happened. This is a new society of buffoonery. And it's not getting better because there's no jobs. So if you give vocational
that's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
We were talking about that, right?
If you give vocation school, you can kill over 50% of this. Because when a gangbanger 21, 22, 23, 24 come to the gang, boy, I just made $60,000. What? Man, about 8 months I was doing the plumbing, man. I got 10 here, I got 8 here. I done bought my truck. Man, man, I ain't got to go to prison no more. I ain't got to go to jail, man. I'm through, man. I'm through, man. Man, come on, you gonna hire me, man? Yeah. It'll start a movement, man. And the government ain't gonna do it.
And not just that, you got to show them this.
Yeah.
That lady had $140.
A funky $140. And push that old woman.
This lady traumatized for, like,
yeah.
You heard them screams? You know what I'm saying? $140, fam. Like, he had to run back to the car. They was mad when he got back in the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just took a penitentiary chance
on $140.
He thinks she done took out
a couple stacks or whatever. And she driving the Altima, fam.
But the car they got is stolen. The license plate number stolen. So whoever car they done stole, that's not their car.
Or their mama
or their daughter or girlfriend.
No, they're not gonna do that.
Or girlfriend. They use their girlfriend car.
They steal cars before it won't tie back to them. If you do the girlfriend,
if they smart enough.
Yeah. If you do the girlfriend.
But they wasn't smart because it's the same car. Right? It was the same car.
Because you jam the girlfriend, she gonna tell it. They go to talk about taking her children. If you don't tell us who had your car, she gonna give her boyfriend up every time. So most of the robbers now are smart enough to steal the car. Like they ran over my Cadillac.
Yeah.
It was 3 of them. I'm coming from church. I look, that's why I don't go down back street no more. I don't even drive down no back street. No more. I'm on the main street. When I turn in, I'm turning in. I'm coming from Pastor Rose Church, Kenneth Rose, the police. About 3 in the afternoon, I see a car coming. It was coming so fast, I couldn't hardly see it, about 90 miles an hour. I ain't never seen no car come that fast. I said, oh my God, I'm in my black on black, my car. Pow! In the tree there. Boom! Bag. Boom! And this iPhone really worked. I had the 14.
Yeah, because the iPhone will tell you just had an accident.
No, it did better than that. It called the police. The phone called the police. The police come on the phone. You need some help? This 911. I say, what?
You're like, yeah, I need some help.
Yeah, I say, I just been run over. I didn't call nothing. The phone called the police. So I'm trying to get out the car, but I'm stagnant and I'm seeing them running because they done tore their car up. They got some little funny Honda, and 3 of them, one of them Negroes could run. And I'm kind of dizzy, and I wasn't gonna kill them, but I was gonna do something to them. I was so hot, you done run over me, about to kill me. I'm your brother. You know I love you. But, I know they're going to soul school. We know it was you. But you going to kill somebody, man.
What y'all speeding for?
Brother, they had to be getting away from something. You know, and they all 3 jumped out and ran. And watch this. 2 weeks later, the robbery division called all 3 of them.
Wow. Probably on something totally different.
Yeah, and they never asked me to come down, and I wouldn't even get in it. I'm just glad to be alive. And my car, they totaled my car out. So I'm carless. So I said, oh my God. And I had just bought that other car downstairs, whatever kind of car I got, I don't want to say, a little ragged car I got downstairs. I had just bought it. And thank God I had just bought it. Because if I didn't, I'd have been walking because I had to get out of there. Somebody come got me and took me to it. Because if I had not bought it, I'd been walking. You see what I'm talking about? And God, I said, God, what is this? He said, you got to be careful.
We got one more story to get into, and we wrap up for the day. We had about an hour and a half.
Well, put the music on before we do that.
Oh, I got you. I'm going to pull it up now. I want to make a plea to the people who in the community, right? Because we always trying to figure out the solutions, right? Call in. Even if you don't call in here, go to your school board meetings, go to your HOA meetings, go to where you can actually, your voice actually got an impact in your community, and tell them we need vocational schools. Tell them like we need trade schools. Tell them we need opportunity. Matter of fact, go to, like, I'm personally going to go to Willow Ridge. Shout out to all my Eagles who may be watching this now. If you went to the Ridge with me, tap in, right? Because when I was at the Ridge, we had wood shop. My senior year, we had metal shop. You know what I'm saying? When my freshman year, they had auto mechanics. And ain't none of that there now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
They took it out on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. And so I would like to know why.
It wasn't no accident.
Well, I already know why they took it out. I'm more importantly want to know what can we do to get it back. Right? What do we have? Do we got to partner with somebody? Do we need to bring in some licensing with some other small businesses to kind of teach these courses? Like,
well, we got to have some people in the legislator as well as the state board of education. Is politics.
Speak.
So,
and you talk to them people like at them school board meetings, and that's what I'm saying. That's my plea. Go to the meetings, go vote, like go, because all of these people, the people who make the decisions, the people on the school board, the local judges, all of them is like elected positions. You know what I'm saying? All of those are elected positions, and so like if we want that type of change, then it ain't necessarily about voting for Trump or Biden. It's about voting for who on your local school board. You know what I'm saying? Who's the councilman in your community? Like, those are the votes that's gonna actually get us some vocational schools. Those will be the votes that'll see impact on the local level.
I done told the regional minister in March 45. I done told all the pastors. I told Bishop Lester Love in City of Love. He's a phenomenal pastor. Ain't scared. Speak the truth. He down to earth, ain't with all that buffoonery. I done traveled 3 weeks straight and spent thousands of dollars to get out there, and been had a hell of a lot of help. I've been down there 3 weeks straight. I fly down there. So what I'm saying to the people, man, because I teamed up with him, and I'm going to see the minister, where we bring the Muslim Christian under one God, get rid of all the Muslims, get rid of the Christianity, get rid of the labels, and deal with Abraham that had 2 sons, Ishmael and Isaac. Isaac got a covenant. Ishmael got a favor from the same God. So this buffoonery and this religiosity, that's where the problem at, man. That's a major problem. Because they scatter the people. It's in Ezekiel 34. You clothe yourself. You read it right there. You fed yourself. You read it in church. You clothe yourself. You fed yourself. But you have not fed the flock. You have scattered the flock. So almost 80% of the pastors, they in faith bait, and they work for the government, and they ain't going to say nothing. Creflo Dollar, all of them. T.D. Jake, all of them. They not going to say nothing, man. They've been bought with the faith bait money. Lester Love, they don't get none of that.
We done there.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, once you take that faith-based money, you got to shut up. And they getting these big old mega churches with a big mega madness. We got all these mega churches, but okay, we ain't got 45, 50 banks. Okay, why we ain't got no private banks? Huh? We spent over 1.3 trillion. We spend over 2 trillion now. Why can't we take our own money, open up our own private bank? Do you know, brother, we had just 4 private banks and we financed all our church houses? Don't you know the principal interest for 20 years, how much money we been made? Trillions of dollars that go back in our own neighborhood.
That trickle back down. Exactly.
That's why they had to get, I'm gonna say it again. That's why they got rid of Pastor Kirby John Caldwell. He built Corinthian Point 1 and Corinthian Point 2 right down the street. This nigga getting too hip. Then when he opened up Texas Children's Hospital, he told them whether you had insurance or not, we're gonna take you, and by the time you get out, we'll have insurance for you. He said, nigga doing too much. Then the nigga took a McDonald's and a Burger King and opened it up. Then he opened a supply store. Then he had the Power Center.
Yeah, Power Center. That's what I was thinking
Then
about.
he had 5 charter schools. Then took one of the schools and opened up, and his mother named Jean. Then he opened up a YMCA. Then he opened up a place over 55. He said, by the time, I'm gonna let people stay there free. They say doing too much. So the people that was in his
bookkeeping,
Yeah, the people that's closest to him, all of them need to be fired.
Yes,
Because why would you let him go down to Freeport, Louisiana, and talk about some Chinese bonds, as smart as this man is, and put him in that madness? I talked to one of the pastors. They told Pastor Kirk John, no. And they tried to keep me away from him. Because, you know, if I'm there, I'm going to peep at Chinese bonds. I said, no, Pastor, come on, let's go. No, we're not doing none of that. You got 16,000 members. You had just got 3,000 members, give you 3,000 pieces for $9 million, and you went over there to a gold mine and bought gold and brought it back. So we got enough members. Dr. Mott and Bill Russell's millionaires, they'll lend you $1 million, $2 million. We had enough people to give him any money he need. So somebody that was close to him tricked him into that buffoonery, and then they made him cop out because they were going to put his wife in it. I did 4 things for him. Okay? When they seen him finna open up the charter school for me, okay, they finna let me open up a hip-hop church inside the church. They indicted me, okay, and then he stopped. Jeremiah, I can't let you open up now. They did it on purpose. See what I'm saying? Because they didn't want me and him together. Man, this is a cold thing. I ain't never told you this here, man. These folks indicted me and I said I was a lawyer and used a little boy about 24, 25 years old facing 25 to life. So the blood was going to kill him. And I told the leader, because I knew the leader, I said, no. If y'all kill him, they going to say, I told you to kill him. Now you going to give me, come on, man. You going to cross me. You might well, when you shoot him, shoot me. Because that's what you're doing. Leave the boy alone. Let the boy go to court. Let him lie on the witness stand. I said, I'm going to beat him. Man, they barred me out the courtroom for 2.5 years. Because me and Ronald Ray were winning too many cases. We won 30 felony cases in 32 days. We got a life sentence off a brother. He got life that Friday. We had life off him in 7 days. No law firm has ever done that. We had 2 capital murder cases. I told him in the front of the capital murder cases, I told him I was going to win it. I win both of them. And the judge signed the children over to me. Yeah,
so let's land the plane, right?
Come on.
Because one of the things I'm thinking about is the system.
Yeah,
I think that's what's been kind of consistent throughout all the stores today.
$40 billion a year, locking black folks up. They got 400 different products.
So look, that's just the jail part of the system.
That's the money.
Bro here brought up the music part of the system, the stuff that they hearing all the
That's
time.
to get them to jail.
Got the educational part of the system.
Get them to jail.
Exactly. And so the system. It's the system, bro. We got to start to figure out a way to not only infiltrate but break. Like we got to like drastic change call for drastic measures. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something.
And the stores we looked at tonight is drastic.
What he just said, Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the 40s went to jail because he took all the Muslim children out of the schools and made them homeschool them. And then he was teaching against the war. This man don't even know that. And he just sit right up there and gave you a solution. Take our children out to these damnable schools, teach them ourselves, get them out. Because now they got in the library about 2 men getting married, 2 women getting married.
Oh, and they pulling out everything black.
Yeah.
But how do you do that in a society today where women are not even keeping their children? They're giving them to their grandmothers, or they're not even keeping them, period.
It's a percentage of what you're saying. Yeah.
You pay them.
Yeah. We look, man, we got enough money. I want you to hear me, man, before we end this today and play the music and come right back. I want to say to the people, man, please, this is a solution. We got enough money now, Chuck. We need to do for ourselves and stop begging people to do for us. We live in one society, one rich, one poor, one predator, one prey, one black, one white, one skilled, one unskilled. Sexism, racism, and classism has divided this country, and they have used civil rights to get a bill in that's against God. God said in Romans 1:25, who changed the truth of God into a lie? You read it. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship the creature instead of the creator? This is where the big booty and the big titties come from. Because when we see a booty, we think with our lower self. Morris Iron Temple, Circle 7 say you think with your lower self. You don't think with your higher self. We don't even know it's a third eye up here. We looking up for God. God been in you all the time. If God not in you, how you alive? God is supreme being. Come on, y'all. I'm going to wake y'all up today. God is supreme being. We the human being. The B-E-I-N-G is God. It's the entity God when he blew into you and gave you life from your mother's womb, from the umbilical cord. Mr. Farrakhan did a tape. I just got a young lady, how to give birth to a God. I don't know how she doing because I have a phone number. And the other sister won't answer the phone where I can ask how she doing. How to get birth to a God. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Number 1, when you get having a baby, you can't eat no dairy. All dairy is mucus. Mucus is cancer. You can't eat no meat. All meat is cancer. But the sister don't know. She's just eating chimichurri and Whataburger and Popeyes on Tuesday and chimichurri and Burger Park and Whataburger. It's 13,000 McDonald's. 13,000. Watch this, Chuck. But it ain't but 500 Whole Foods. So Walgreens and CVS work together, same entity. They work together because they can monopolize just Walgreens. It was Walgreens first. They came up with CVS. They together. So they don't cure, they treat.
Well, and they just the trap spot.
Yeah. Right.
They just the trap spot.
Yeah.
It's really Moderno.
Yeah.
It's really Pfizer.
Yeah.
It's really Big Pharma. You know what I'm saying? They just trapping out of the CVS and Walgreens.
We take more pain. Don't this is gonna freak you out. America take more pain pills than anybody in the world. 80% of the people in America take pain pills. Over 60% of ourselves people are obesity. Chuck, we are leading right now in heart disease. You know what from? Grease. Grease. The grease goes in. My mama got 2 stents. The grease go in. They got to up the things up so your heart can pump. We love grease. It tastes good. We lick it. I know I used to do this dumb stuff. So food is the #1 killer in the world. It's saying in Revelation 12:9 that the devil should deceive the whole world. We've been deceived with fast food. Fast food is fast death. Taco Bell is Taco Hell. Blue Bell is Blue Hell. We eating this damnable food. Then they got a thing over here, just oxtails on Reed Road. Everybody come out of there fat, walking out, wobbling, red-eyed. We Mickey's and this is it. This is it. This is your last chance. It's a cross out. Soul food is soul death. Taco Bell. They done tricked us with food and it tastes good. It tastes good. Death has always tasted good. So they have tricked us with the food. They've been doing this. And then we play with Daniel. We play with Daniel and everybody, well, I'm gonna do 21 days. I'm confused with this. That was no diet. Daniel told the king, I will not eat your meat or drink your wine. He ain't said nothing about no 21 days. Where does lie come from? So Daniel told the king said, well, who is your God? Daniel said, well, let's do 10 days. 10 days was 10 months. So when the 10 months come back, the man was fat, overweight, diabetes, heart disease, cholesterol, high blood, all this here. Daniel being strong, wide, and the king got mad. That's how Daniel got to the lion's den. He got to the lion's den because he proved God was correct. So if God was correct then, he correct now. So why won't we do Daniel fast? It ain't no fast. It's Daniel's the way of life. But I had people tell me, said, man, you know, J. Rod, you right. He said, man, but I can't stop. I said, so you taking a dead animal, rabbit, that turkey, all that turkey leg hut, you don't know how many people they pausing. That turkey got mucus in it, man. They just came on today with last week with turkey. I put turkey everywhere. I said how turkey was giving cancer. You eat it. So you taking a dead animal, put in a live body. You putting death into life. It has a cause and effect. You caused it, and it affected you. So they got us tricking us, putting milk all on our lip for the NBA player. They're trying to make it strengthen your bones. That's a lie. It weakened your bones.
Yeah, they literally got sued.
Look at you.
They got sued for that. They got
drink the milk and your bones get strong.
They literally had to change the board. Yeah, to change it said their tagline was milk does the body good.
Yeah.
And that was proven to be false.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all gonna get mad at me. But you can go to Dr. Montgomery, right there on, man, one of the greatest doctors besides Dr. Sebi. And Mr. Montgomery, as Kirby John brought him in the church to teach people how to eat, all dairy is mucus, and mucus is cancer. That's why they killed Dr. Sebi. That's why they killed Nipsey Hussle, brother. He was putting an autobiography. They ain't just killed Nipsey. Nipsey had put $25-30 million in the neighborhood. Nipsey was one of the greatest
Yeah,
rappers
Nipsey
ever
was-
lived. I want y'all to hear this. Tupac could rap, but Nipsey put the money back in the neighborhood. So what I'm saying to you, Mr. Farrakhan told him to get
RP the
security
neighborhood Nip.
and gave him a gun, gave the boy a gun to go up there and shoot him. We got the tape where the white boy gave him the gun to go shoot Nipsey. Before you supposed to get the Nipsey, you supposed to search the boy. You don't just let no. You searched me this morning going to court. You searched me flying to New Orleans. Every time I went, I had to get out my jacket, put my hands up. You know, you put your hands up now.
Mhm.
You got your hands
So
up.
you got to step into the little chamber.
They getting you. Now you snap.
I travel.
They
you know
get
what I'm saying?
baby. They
Yeah.
getting you practice with your hands up. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. I take my hands up real slow. I'll be like, man, this cold. Put your feet right there. I said, the same thing in prison. The same thing in prison. They make you get your hands up, but they tell you sprint over, open your butt, cough, open your leg. Yeah, they punk you. Yeah, I went to the hole for 9 months for that. I said, man, I ain't doing all that. I'm gonna open my butt and I don't know, raise my leg. I'm not coughing. But I said I'm not coughing.
Coughing was just too much.
I said I'm not coughing. Take me on the hole. I went to the hole butt naked. Butt naked. Just take me on to the hole. Yeah, I don't give a damn. Just take me to the hole.
I'm gonna do all that. I ain't coughing.
Yeah, I ain't coughing. I mean, come on, man. Next, you're gonna stick your finger in my. No, man. No, man. The warden had to come get me. Said, man, I said, well, I ain't doing all that, man. He said, man, I just stay in there 40 years until I get out. I ain't doing all that, man. Yeah, you took my manhood. Give me a Quran and the Bible. I stay right in there. So all I'm saying to y'all, man, change your diet, y'all. We got too much obesity. We got too much high blood. We got too much diabetes. We got too much heart disease. We got too much cancer. We are killing ourselves with our own mouth, man. We've been tricked with this fast food, this fast death. Look what they got, Carl and King. Next they're going to have Lassie, all these dogs. I mean, we done just lost our mind, man. And we adopting more dogs today than humans. We got 80 million dogs in America. They just stopped the TV today talking about 100,000 dogs ain't got no insurance. They going crazy. Well, you done had 20-something million sure they got no insurance. I ain't heard y'all say a word. Not one word, but not 100,000 dogs ain't got no insurance, and y'all finna stop the world. How in the hell we adopting more dogs than children? Do you know a dog come from a wolf?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that's the system, though.
Yeah.
All that's back to the system.
Tell me he's my best friend. Ain't no damn dog my best friend. God is my best friend. He's not my best friend. God is my best friend. Come on, man. The dog done took over the house today. So all I can say to people, man, and do what you want to do with your dog. That's your you. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about this damn killing. We need to get the vocational schools in the school and with the gangbangers. I go talk to the Cliff, the Bloods, the 103. They're going to listen to me. Say, man, we got vocational schools now. Send me some of your people. Give me 10 at a time. Let me get them in there. Let me get them in there. Let me get them in there. And, brother, after we change that system, over 50% of it, they don't want us to change it. As long as they shooting and killing each other, they make the coffins. The warden is white. All the
And so that's why it got to be.
It's a setup.
It's why it got to be, in order to affect the system, and we'll go out on this note. In order to affect the system, OG, we have to implement systematic change.
Come on.
Right? So on top of educating and giving people trades and vocational schools, we also got to do the other parts of the system, right? We have to, what you said, open up some banks. We have to create our own community gardens. So when this new generation of skilled labor, right, that we're creating actually come out, they'll have something to do. They'll have something to protect. They'll have a community to hold up to. Because if we don't, then we'll train them on how to run an HVAC unit, and then he'll still get swallowed by the system. You know what I'm saying? Just because the system don't care. You know what I'm saying? Who you are, what you know. It's designed to break you down. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't start fixing the system,
And they're doing a great job.
It's running fabulously.
You know
It's
the Ku
running
Klux-
like a well-oiled machine.
You know what the Ku Klux Klan said?
Y'all doing way better than we.
You know what the Ku Klux Klan said? On national TV out of Indiana and Dallas, they said, you Negroes, you niggas doing a great job. It was about 200 of them that had the fire burning the cross. They said, you niggas doing a great job. Y'all killing each other, man. Y'all, we partying. I mean, they partying, they drinking. He said, but by the way, if there's any of you niggas left, we kill the rest of you. Y'all doing a great job. Keep killing each other.
Y'all check this out, man. I call this public service announcement. It's available wherever you stream music.
We sure need a
service announcement. With it, man.
Yo, I'm going in like punishment. Put your faith in God, don't put it in the government. Hard for me to trust in it, cause they ain't got no love in it. That's why I worship Christ, because he never break the covenant. A black man trying to survive in the United States. It's kinda hard, cause the country got divided. Hate or Negro civil war, with this black on black crime rate. Need to value one another, change your whole mind state. Black lives must matter to us too. We can't expect them to do us better than us do. It starts at the house, real men need to step up. Worried about that miracle whip, really need to catch up. It's all good, stack your bread, pockets make a muscle, but prioritize, man, God, family, hustle. When God first, everything else falls into place. Without God, everything else just a disgrace. So don't worry about your mistakes, long as you got his grace. Nobody can dictate where you go. Just improve and try to get straight. Keep having that big faith and watch God open up another door. I'm just saying, no time to stop playing, bro. Not sure what you waiting for, need to start praying more. Look, it's time to build up each other, turn these women into wild, stop making baby mothers. Stop killing our brothers over colors, fighting over a block that we don't even own. The time's getting tougher, but we don't have to suffer, because Christ is on the throne. Pay attention to the truth and not the rhetoric. And I'm thinking my country might need an exorcist, or at least a therapist, because it's treacherous. Fighting for the country, you could be a homeless veteran. All blacks ain't thugs, all whites ain't prejudice, all preachers ain't reverends, all church folk ain't going to heaven in, and all Muslims ain't terrorists. Hold up, shots fired, catch a slug. You got your head in the clouds, I'm trying to wake you up. I wear a suit, everybody wanna show me love. Jordan 5s and a hoodie, then you calling me a thug. When the thug is the one with the gun and the badge, innocent man killed, I caught on the body cam. Rest in peace to Philando. Please, don't shoot, I can't breathe, got my hands up. Sad truth is, they don't understand us. How you gon' protect somebody you scared of? Why shoot to kill when you got a taser? And why you still trying to enslave us? Steal our culture and then change us. Create the whole problem, turn around and blame us. Got us confused, just wanna be famous. To be a dope boy or an entertainer, or be a stripper, anything to get your change up. They got us focused on the wrong things, bruh. See, we all God's children cause he made us. And I pray in Jesus' name cause he my savior. You should get saved too before the day's up. Don't be a lame duck on that same stuff, getting changed up, getting caught up and forgetting where you came from. Do it now, not later. Change your behavior, putting Christ on blast, the first and the last, future and the past. He is the Alpha and Omega, King Jesus, the one and only Savior, the Creator, the one who gives you salvation. If we get it together, we be better than ever, moving to another level. Don't be bothered by the devil, just remain careful, keep on walking the straight and narrow, and treat each other special. In the lesson is we all get the blessing, so please don't doubt it. Don't be quiet with your praise, gon' shout it. Wake up call to my people, Jesus coming back. A public service announcement.
Yo, so that was public service announcement by yours truly, Poetic Prophet. That is available wherever you stream music at. So do your boy a huge favor, go search that and then listen. Before we get out of here today on this week's episode of Gloves Up, Guns Down, I got the legendary, the amazing, man, my big sis, man, Dr. Candace Matthews on the line. She wanted to call in and tap in one time. And Dr. Candace, we got you live on the air with Gloves Up, Guns Down. And we've been talking about specifically a lot of the different killings that's been happening in the Houston area over the past 2 weeks, right? We covered like 8 different stories. We had 2 teenagers killed on the southwest side. We had 2 teenagers shot in South Park. We had a home invasion, people coming from the bank, young teens running up on them.
And a 12-year-old girl.
We got a 12-year-old girl who got killed, right? And so all of this stuff involving teens, and you called at the right time because you specifically deal with children in certain type of situations, right? And so my question for you, Dr. Candace, is, obviously we know we need vocational schools. We need to, create our own banks and other things. What do you think we can do as a people, right, to not only help improve the system, but help steer our teens from doing some of the stuff that they're doing right
and
now?
Killing one another?
Well, the first thing is they need to stop sitting on the sidelines and like, oh, look at this happen. Oh, look what that happened. No, you need to get in and get involved. You know what I mean? Because, see, these children, they need mentorship. These children don't need spectators, okay? Because this is why this is happening. And then let's just be clear. You can't just say that, well, you know, we don't have this police chief. We don't have this. Man, this shit is going on regardless. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
These children need mentorship. These children need these OGs to quit sitting your ass in that damn house and get out here and get the work. Get out here and get dirty and get out here and work with these children. Because that all that is a cry for help. It's what it is. Because an idle mind is a double workshop. And this is why these kids do what they do, because they don't have anything to occupy their time. They don't have anything to push their intellectual level to the next stratosphere. And that's the problem. And then we got a lot of these politicians. We got all of this, these politicians, all this here talking all this fluff, but you're not doing that. You see what I'm saying? See, we got to have more people to talk the talk and walk the walk. We don't need all these people to just run around here just talking about, oh, this happened. This is so sad. Okay, so what you going to do about it?
So let me ask you this, because I know you know the answer to this question here because of the type of work you do. I was just saying that, I was just telling the people that they need to go vote, but specifically vote in elections where like we impacting who gonna be on the school board and who gonna be on this board and who gonna be on the local council. And so, because I know that that's probably gonna have a way bigger impact than any national vote we do. And I know you obviously rock the black vote, a strong proponent for voting rights. How do you think voting could help the situation we're dealing with crime?
Well, first of all, your local elections matter. Your local elections, that's why I tell a lot of people, if you're not voting, you really can't sit up here and say nothing. You know what I mean? You got to get out. You have to vote in these local elections because this is what affects you. The national portion, I get it, but the local elections would matter. Your school boards, your mayor, your sheriff, your DA, all of that matters. You know what I mean? And so you can't just sit here and just only vote once every 4 years. No, you have to be actively involved into the voting process. Because again, why do you think they putting all of these different obstacles in place to keep you from voting? It's a reason. Your vote is your sacred right. Our ancestors lost their lives.
That's right.
To give you this right.
That's right.
So why sit on it? Utilize it.
Exactly. Man, my last question for you, Dr. Candace, and I sure appreciate you. I've been swiping on the gram. I saw you and I'm drawing a blank on my guy's name. Anyway, I saw y'all on the news and I saw y'all talking out there. And so I just want to kind of give you the platform to share what y'all working on right now. You can give your call to action if you need some people to do something, to support, to go somewhere. What you cooking up right now?
Right now, I'm cooking up, putting my foot in CPS ass and HHSC ass because they are committing crimes against our children that they take from families. Okay, you taking these kids from their families and putting them in far more worse situations. That's a problem. Okay, I got a call from children. I get a call from children around the state. You're not feeding these kids. Okay, no food in the refrigerator. But if you go up in one of these people's houses of color and they don't have no food in the refrigerator, you're taking their children. What we done found out, the reason why that they taking these kids or why that they taking them, because they want their Title IV funding. That federal funding. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to stand in their way behind that, and I'm going to hold their asses accountable. Because number one, there's no reason that you're taking children from their families supposed to be a worse situation, and you put them in a far more worse situation where they can be raped, where they can be trafficked, where their personal needs are not being met, where they don't have hot water to take a bath. Then we had a CPS caseworker just freely eating a Subway sandwich in front of a child who's hungry, and I literally had to send food. That's unacceptable.
So
we need to fire that state office and rebuild again.
Okay, so I think you just answered the question right there. Contact the state office. What's the call to action to the people? What you need the people to go do? Who they need to call? They need to go line up somewhere. They need to protest. What's the call to action for the people?
I'm not at that stage yet because I'm at the exposure stage right now. I'm exposing everything. So once I expose everything, then I will let you know when we're ready for that call to action. But right now, I'm not at that stage yet.
All right.
Let me, Dr. Candace, Me and Dr. Candace and some other people went down to Austin. We the first one to go to HEB, buy the grocery, and put in the unit because the children had eaten 3-4 days. And the second hotel we went to, they wouldn't even let me and Dr. Candace. The police stood up with a gun and stopped us, wouldn't let us go in, and told the child he could take the food up, but CPS had called in and say, stop Johnny Bond, Dr. Jeremiah, stop Dr. Candace, do not let them in, and then put the boy out less than 20 minutes before we left, put him out the hotel and tell him to leave. Dr. Candace, I'm lying?
Nope, they're retaliating against children because they are speaking out. These children don't have nobody to stand for them. That's why I leave my number open, and that's why I'm going to nail their ass every chance I get.
Well, look here, Dr. Candace, you know we love you, we support you, we got your back. Y'all know what it is. Y'all, that's the voice of the amazing Dr. Candace Matthews.
That's right.
That's Big Sis, that's gang gang. Hey, we're going to tap in with you later, man, and enjoy your evening. We about to get off the air.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Black Power.
Black Power.
Peace and power.
Man, that was Dr. Candace Matthews, man. Shout out to Gang Gang.
She ended it good, didn't she?
Yes, she did. She did. And y'all know what this is, man. Y'all been tuned into Gloves Up, Guns Down. This is the spot where we tap in every week and really just try to impact the culture in a positive way. And we shine a light on gun violence because that's what's taking our people out right now.
And before we go out, Chuck, I want to read something. It went away? Okay. Well, we got to go on the spiritual piece. What you got here? Because we got to go out right. Give the children some hope. We ain't just going out. Give them some hope. If you put PSA on there, what you got? Serenity, what you got? Okay, read it out. Because we need something to go out on. Ladies and gentlemen, we just don't go out. We're trying to give you some solution to help us with our children. Minister LaWanda over here will be teaching not this Sunday, but the next Sunday coming for Pastor Lucas' anniversary on a Sunday morning on 3115. I might get Chuck to tell his pastor, let me go support my sister on this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, she's going to read something, and we want to help our children. We got to open a vocation school, inside the school, outside the school. Ladies and gentlemen, we got enough money to do this. Come on, y'all. I mean, you followed me when I was a fool. Follow me now when I'm following God. The devil gave him something to do. We got to give him something to do. We got to open up vocation school. I'm not going to stop. We got to open them up. Here in New Orleans, Houston, Chicago, Atlanta, St. Louis, Detroit, we got New York, we got LA, we got to open up these vocational schools where we can be in control of our own children. We keep on waiting other people to control our children. Damn it, these are our children. We got to take care of them. I requote this to you. Jesus says, suffer little children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. And if you're going to hurt one of these, you're supposed to put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. Jesus went gangster. You say you're following, why don't you go gangster for the children? He did. Come on, LaWanda.
I'll be coming to you from Deuteronomy 6:13 through 14. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God and serve him, and shall swear by his name. You shall not go after other gods of the people which are round about you.
You should not go to other gods. And I'm gonna tell you why that's so deep. I'm gonna tell you that's so deep because we was talking about you and I was talking about this the other day. Then shout out to my bro Ando. Me and Ando was having this discussion the other day. Then you and I had it the week before, and we were just talking about how self accountability, right? And how we be looking up to the sky, but it's really about the God in you.
Come on.
Right? And so when you look at what she's reading about these other gods, people be putting all these focus on all these other gods when it's really
the God within.
Yeah, it's really the God within. And if we can focus on him, I told Ando, I say, bro, my biggest challenge is defeating the guy in the mirror.
Right.
If I can defeat him,
you win.
Absolutely.
Jesus made it so clear, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I'm in the world.
I'm not of the world.
I'm not of the world.
Yeah.
Watch this. Boy, if I could ever say this, this the one got me though. When Jesus said in John 17, he never said this. Never. It's not the gospel. And when I read it, I was, young and dumb, and I was trying to understand it. And as I got older, I kept reading it. I was in there for 10 years, so I know I was a dummy. So I said, man, I'm going to read my way out of this here. So while people playing dominoes, I was playing God knows. And while people thought it was a cemetery, I turned to a seminary. They started bringing free world children in, and they was called Jericho. And they would give me the worst children. People don't even know this. I ain't never told this. This is the first time I ever told this.
Oh, on some more, what is it when you send the kids to jail?
No, they brought them in.
That's what I'm saying.
For me to teach them, then they go back out.
Yeah.
Scare Straight.
Thank you.
Yeah. They bring them in to Scare Straight at Jericho.
Yeah.
Out of all the 35, 40 people that was in Jericho, I was number one. Number one. The teacher would say, the president of Jericho, the white man, say, Mr. Bond, one doctor then was Mr. Minister Jeremiah, we gonna give you the voice children. I never asked him why. I already knew why.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you the biggest gangster. You done turned your life around. They give me the one that shot somebody, stabbed somebody, and the child come in tough too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Scared Straight.
Yeah, and boy, you know what I do. I bring it to him. I said, dude, I'll knock you out. Sit down. So, make a long story short, I sit your butt down. I make a long. What I'm trying to say about our children, what she just read that again. Please read that again. That's so deep. I'm going to read what Jesus said in John 17. Watch this. Read that.
Deuteronomy 6:13 through 14.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God and serve him, and shall swear by his name. You shall not go after other gods, of the gods of the people which are round about you.
Keep reading.
1 Chronicles 16:25. For great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised.
Mm-hmm.
He also is to be feared above all gods.
Keep going.
Psalm 66:3 through 4. Say unto God, how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thy enemies submit themselves unto thee. All the earth shall worship thee and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name. Selah.
So, to you, Pastor Bishop Lucas, hope you looking, hope you get this tape. To you, Pastor Remus Wright, to you, Founder Praise, Pastor Jay, Pastor Miller, please, y'all listen to me, man. If we're not going to save our children, look what Jesus said to us in John 17. He said, Father, don't miss this, Chuck. I don't know if I can be able to say this if I could ever say this one day. He said, Father, I done everything you asked of me. Oh, y'all didn't hear me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I done everything you asked of me. And I glorified your name in the world. I did everything you asked of me. And I glorified your name in the world, where the world would know you. I do not pray for the world no more. I only pray for those that follow me to my Father. It's in the book. I do not pray. He was praying for the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're praying for everybody.
He said, I do not pray for the world no more. I only pray for those that follow me to my Father. In Jeremiah 7, God said, you have made my house a den of thieves and robbers. I've asked you over and over again, don't make a plea to me or petition. I will not hear you. I will do to you what I did to Shiloh. I, God, will kill you all. In Jeremiah 7, God got fed up with us. In Revelation, he said, we stink in his nostrils. You speak out your mouth. You say, but you're not. You don't have me in your heart. What I'm trying to say, Chuck, on this show tonight, this because I want them to hear this. Yes, we need the vocational school. We need God first in the vocational school. Because if you make all that money and do something stupid with it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm getting you to vocational school to get the gun out your hand. When I'm giving you to vocational school, I'm bringing God to you. I'm not bringing the religion. I'm bringing you spiritual. Religion comes from religiosity.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not bringing you 1,627 religions to confuse you at the Tower of Babel. So what I'm saying, Jesus said in John 16, I'm doing this tonight, Chuck, because I want them to, when you put this out, I want them to hear this. Jesus says it's expedient for me to go away. The disciple was upset with you. Like, where you going? Whoa, he says it's expedient for me to go away. I must go away to sit at the right hand of the Father, to make a petition for you, for all this foolishness going on, to sit at his right hand, where I can whisper in his ear, because I've been down here and I looked at y'all. And that's why he say, Father, Father, I did everything you asked of me. And I glorified your name in the world, where you may glorify me. See, that's the part you missed. I'm going to try it again. I glorify your name in the world. If we glorify God's name in the world,
yeah, we return the favor.
God will return the favor, LaWanda, to glorify us. So what I'm saying, not that we perfect, we got to be perfected and stop following America and follow God. If you're going to be a copycat,
copy
God. I noticed, Chuck, because I used to follow the devil. I was, me and Paul was hanging out. My name was Dum Dum. I was on death row. I'm begging my people tonight. I'm never beg y'all. Please, man, pick up the gloves and live another day. Put the guns down, man. If you got to fight, meet us at the gym. We got 2 gyms, one on Cullen, and I got another gym over here. And we're going to go 3 rounds, 2 minutes. No winner. Going to hold both y'all hands up. It's over. No retaliation. Come on, y'all, they laughing at us, man. They laughing at us. We're killing each other. And we got our women crying, man. How can you keep killing your own brother? And the church, the mothers are crying at the funerals. My baby, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby. Ain't we tired of making mothers cry? Would you want somebody to make your mother cry? And we doing this in ignorance. And all we doing, we emotional. Or we emotional roller coaster. Don't you touch me, nigga, I'll kill you. Wait a minute, brother. That's your brother. If it's that bad, come on to the gym. We'll teach you how to box. But to take a gun and I'll shoot at you and hit 15 other people. One old lady was just made 70. She had retired from, I think, school teacher. She was sitting in the house looking at movies. She went in the kitchen. She was on the way back to sit in her comforter. Negroes outside shooting each other. The bullet went through the house, hit in the head, and killed her. Do you hear me talking to you, man?
It's bad out here, man. I think that it's important that we kind of. I like the message you're closing with. Right, you're closing with God. You like at the end of the day, we didn't talk a lot about vocational schools. We didn't talk about all these other things, the system, like all of these things.
God told me to start closing this.
But yeah, at the end of the day, we have to shift the focus on God.
It's got to.
Right.
That's the only thing say me and you.
And if I could be more specific,
please.
Shift the focus to the So Mary said it is the God in me.
Come on.
Right. And so shift your focus to the God in you.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you can begin to perfect and sharpen the God within you, make him more righteous, make him more steadfast, make him more focused, make him more concentrated, then I can affect my people. I can affect my household. I can affect my block. I can affect my community, right? But if I'm not focusing on the God in me, then I can't be no godly good to nobody else. And so I think that as we kind of wrap up, OG say, man, focus on the God in you. I co-sign that. He said, Jesus says, suffer the little children. I co-sign that. And so I think it's important that we all not only co-sign it, but that we figure out ways to contribute to the bigger picture. how to break the system
And look
down,
what the Wanda said.
how to uplift our children, how to uplift our women, how to stop killing.
Look what the Wanda said. It's a great song. Not y'all forgot about it, but I want to play it so bad. They played a song so tough. He said, "We are the people that done suffered, but we are the people that can do it."
Let's say that one more time.
We are the people. We have suffered in Jeremiah 15, long suffering. But the Wana say, we are the people that can do it.
Yeah,